what I'm saying. All mine was done by words. She's got it on purpose.
This is gonna be good.
I hope somebody likes it. I know somebody's going to be upset. That's for sure. That is completely sure. We're going live in about 1 second. And I do believe we are live now. Hello, everyone. Oh, Bam Bam made it. She didn't think she was going to make it. Okay. Hello. All right, our viewers are starting to climb up. We're up to 15 now. I think we should wait just a couple minutes to get everybody gathered. And as you can all tell, hello, Bam Bam, Capricorn, Betch, Ashley, October Poison, hello. As you can see, I dressed up for the occasion. Doc Curtis for hello. Bitchin' and Eating, hello. Bitchin' and Eating saying Bay Nation is here. So we're giving their hey XSN Overkill. They're saying hi, everyone. Yeah, we're gonna give people a chance to come on in. Jean Gray, hello. Been a while. Allison Garcia, hey, beautiful ladies. Says Allison Garcia, hello. Travel Bud, hello.
Everybody's ready for the drama.
Yeah, Pam C, hi everyone. Hello, Pam. We're up to 25 viewers. October Poison C, we promoted this live on our group chat. Awesome. This is October Poison. Yeah, and Little Sparrow's here. I've not seen. I want to say that Bunny and Beef's cat have always been nice to me. When I was about to lose my house, they both sent me money to pay my mortgage. Oh, that's sweet. Saying hello, Rebecca Fox, Opie Dopey, Claire Ambrose, Lynn 01 says hello, Katie. Hello. All right.
I'm ready for this. So what do you got to tell me?
Oh, well, okay. We'll start off. As y'all have seen on your CD, hello. Rebecca C, hello.
I'll be right back.
Okay, let's get this booger started. Trevor, hello. Desiree Barcenas, hello. Vintage Seeker, hello. Got the popcorn. We're getting the popcorn, Katie.
They're ready. Yes, they are ready. I advertised the drama because I hear it's a doozy.
Well, Amy Mae's got a little story to tell, and I've got a little story to tell. That's why it's called Story Time. Patsy B, hello. Jean Gray saying hi, MFW. Rebecca C, hi, Katie, MFW. Dina, hello. Hello. How is everyone? Okay, so what's basically going to happen is I've got a story to tell. And only because this story is so far-fetched. And it blew my mind that there's a group of ladies who's actually believe in this bullshit. all under the control of one guy, and it affects a lot of YouTubers. It really but what's surprising is that I'm getting ready to relate, and it was going on while the same person's talking to Amy Mae separately, and Amy Mae and I didn't know either of these things were happening. She didn't know what I was witnessing, and I didn't know what she was witnessing. Amy Mae actually has the, as people like to call them, receipts. She's got the paperwork to prove, to back up what I'm saying, because all of my witnessing was done orally. Now, nothing was ever written. But
Okay.
I can promise you this: I can't make this shit up. I'm not that eventful. I'm too busy to make this up. So, Amy May and I were talking. Funny girls here, hello. Amy May and I were talking about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, maybe. Because you're breaking up. I'm sorry. Yeah, everything's fine on my end. Bad audio, Les. Do I sound like I'm crackling?
I can hear you good.
Yeah, Katie's sitting outside at her house. Maybe when we start the story, she can put her microphone on mute.
I'll mute it now.
Oh, okay. All right, can you guys hear me now? Hopey dopey. Jean Grey. All right, everybody is looked at. Yes, sound better. Okay, yeah, because she's outside. Katie was on here. She's outside. I think it's Katie's making noises. Clear. Okay, excellent. So what I was saying was Amy May better. Okay, thank you, Dina. Bitchin' and eating. Hello, Rebecca C. Okay, now you may not have heard, so I'll repeat it. A couple weeks ago, Amy and I were talking, and what I was witnessing, she has on paper. She has not the exact story, but some things in the story that was going on. She's got it on paper, and so she's got the backup to what I'm saying, because I can't make this shit up. I can't. I'm not that inventive. And hello, Janice Chick. And I don't have time. I'll be honest with you. I don't have time. So as soon as Amy May gets back, she'll need to do hers first, because it involves one man's manipulation over a group of women, and they believe this crap. And one man's manipulation over women, or I guess women who just don't know how to think for themselves. Barbara Stanley, hello. And so what it's an investigation that was being done, and it involves a group of people. And Katie is one of them, it affects. And this was all done behind the scenes, or all said behind the scenes. And there's two things I want to accomplish with this story. One is how easy it is for people to have blind faith without asking questions. And when you do ask questions, again, I have a 7-year-old woman, Liz, hey, sweetie, hey, to hi, Carol, hello. So when I began asking questions, and when another person began asking questions, I mean, they talk about being turned on. And of course, they're going to say I turned on them, but you know, the one is the one that said goodbye to me, and I'm like, okay, just because I wanted to walk away. I just wanted to walk away, and they wouldn't let it happen. So as soon as Amy May gets back, she's got the first part, and then I've got the second part.
Why did you want to walk away?
Well, because first of all, it was too far-fetched. It was too much, and I've way had enough. I've got too much stuff going on right now, and I'm so busy every freaking day now. And the last thing I want to do at night is hear stories about bullshit. You know? Hello. And so the last thing I want to do, I want to relax. And it's to the point to where, geez, cow, if I sit down, I go to sleep. You know, that's how tired I am. So you try to walk away, and you can't. And plus, this is too outlandish to let go and keep going. And so, because and the thing is, I'm afraid other people are going to be sucked into this, and we got to stop it. So that's the purpose of me and Amy May. we're going to stop this. So, Amy, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this going. Liz always begged and pleaded to keep out of any kind of fighting. We all know she is honest and truthful. Yeah, I yeah, I wanted to walk away. So, you know what? Damn it, you made Miss Fucking Wonderful's mate. She likes your boobies. Let's just put it that way. Are you even listening? Girl,
Me?
Yeah.
Which set of boobs? We got 3 sets of boobs here.
Katie likes your boobies. She said Amy May, the T word, boobies. For some reason, I don't like saying it the other way, but Amy May, won't you go ahead and start with yours, and then we'll get to mine. And neither story is long, but we're going to take questions afterwards. Yes, Karate Joe, I took my meds. Yes, I did. Thank you, honey, for reminding me. I've got about 10 people ask me every night, did you take your meds? Did you take your meds? Yes. I took them tonight. Yes, I did. So, okay, without further ado, Amy, you say your first part.
All right. Now keep in mind, everything I'm saying is true in the sense that it was relayed to me this way. But I'm telling it as it's a story because it's a fucking story. It's a story. All right. Now I'm not good with public speaking, believe it or not, so I have to read this, and I apologize if I get nervous and trip up.
We'll just dance a few minutes and you'll be all right.
All right. Ready, boys and girls? It's story time. Once upon a time in a faraway land in the far corner of YouTube, a man called Mr. B worked writing tickets for the EPA. While trolling, he came across an injured little bunny who was so sad and so innocent. "What's wrong?" said Mr. B in his best gentleman's Southern West Virginia accent. "I am being terrorized by these mean people, and I've done nothing to deserve such treatment," said the injured bunny. "Well, don't you worry," said Mr. B. "I just so happen to be a double agent with the EPA, the DEA, the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, and the CIA. And I also have a federal judge in my back pocket. I will get those big, mean people. Big, mean, bad people." Sorry, I can't read my own writing. One day, he went to the judge and asked, "What should we do to these people?" The judge thought long and hard and said, "We shall make bitch boy Ron lose his shit." And so Mr. B collected all his fellow EPA, CIA, FBI, DEA, and U.S. Marshals friends to make a bet that by April 30th of 2017, bitch boy Ron would lose his shit and take down his channel. The buy-in was a mere $50, and for a chance to win the pot of $950. Place your bets, Mr. B called out. So the bunny thought and thought, but the bunny's one weakness is helplessness. See, it turns out that Bunny's hands are broken when it comes to doing things all for herself. So Mr. B said, "Don't worry, my pretty. I had the FBI turn his computer off today. That should help with his major mental meltdown." "Oh, thank you so very much, Daddy Mr. B," said the bun. "No problem," said Mr. B. "The federal judge has been watching Ron very closely, and his secretary is holding the pot for this big bet." "We are so close," said the bunny, "but I am not satisfied yet.
Hold on.
More must be..."
Sorry, Amy.
Good.
Get this right.
What?
I'm kind of confused. You're saying that this Mr. D Bean whatever is out to get Ron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Egg?
Yes.
Okay.
He tried to have him have a mental public mental breakdown. That was the bet.
So the bet was Ron was going to have a mental breakdown by April 30th, 2017.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to get that right. I wanted to make sure I was following this correctly. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. It's hard for me to write it and try to explain it. And the people in the bet were the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, the CIA, the federal judge, and the EPA. These were all the people in the bet.
So
All these
Mr. Bean is
agencies.
trying to say that he's like an important person, like with the CIA or something?
Yes.
Yes.
You're shitting me.
No, I can't make this shit up.
Okay, so wait. Okay, let me get this. Let me wrap my head around this one more time. So Mr. Bean, Mr. D, whatever in the fuck I forget that dude's name. He is saying that he's CIA and getting all his buddies and other law enforcement to attack Ron?
Yes.
Okay, proceed. This is go ahead.
We are so close, said the bunny, but I am not satisfied yet. More must be done to appease me, she demanded. I have created a new troll account to hide my identity, and I have left several comments, said Mr. B. See, what nobody knows is a deep secret that Mr. B was hiding. And he has a fear of men and can only feel powerful and fulfilled if he can attack and harass women. After several days of trolling several channels with fake accounts, the bunny and Mr. B were still unsatisfied. So to create more drama, to show all who could not see common sense that yet another act of terrorism has been thrashed against them by the big bad mean people, the help of their little dog, Pug, to make a tweet that she was threatened with doxing. Of course, this wasn't true, but then again, neither was anything else they ever said. But Mr. B was feeling unfulfilled still. You see, the beautiful dancer he was madly in love with wasn't giving him the attention he craved. So one lonely night, he played a song on his piano and uploaded it to YouTube. That's nice, said the bunny, but you had a few missed keys, she said in her usual ungrateful manner. Play as good as Beethoven, said Mr. D. I'm going to leave this video up on my channel until the beautiful dancer I'm madly in love with sees it. Now, the deadline for the bet was coming close, and Ron still had not had his mental breakdown. So drastic times call for drastic measures. He can be fucked with, said Mr. D, like hearing a helicopter flying overhead to make him paranoid. So if he does have a real mental disorder, it will show up now, LOL. LOL, says Bunny. Please, oh pretty please, can you make that happen, Daddy? Pleaded the bunny in her best little innocent girl voice she could fake. It's already been going on, my dear, smiles Mr. B. B had commanded the DEA to fly their helicopters over Ron's house in an attempt to win the $950 bet by causing the mental breakdown. He wasn't about to lose the bet to the FBI and teamed up with the DEA, and the federal judge was indeed impressed with him. Unfortunately, Mr. D went psycho and lost the fight for the beautiful dancer's heart, and nothing was ever heard of the bet again. There it goes. Hopefully it was not too hard to understand.
It reads like a story time because this really truly is. It's fun. We're going to answer questions afterwards. Okay, now me and Amy are going to do the one I wrote. This is now what I'm reading is the story time that I know, and you'll recognize all the characters. And we're just going to dive into it. I will not be able to see that, because just my luck, when I need the printer, there's no black ink, so I have to read it off my computer. I'm going to do the narrating, and Amy May's going to do the speaking parts of the people. So here we go. To understand this, to better understand the story which Amy May and I are about to relate to you, you must understand the backstory. Earlier this year, there was a divide amongst a group of people. This divide occurred because of a few inquired into a situation that involved money. This question sparked a YouTube split and an ongoing back and forth between two groups that sometimes was not of a nice nature. There has been nasty name calling, intrusion into personal lives affected, innocent people attacked, and an incredible story which we are about to reveal. A few names have been changed for those involved, and only the names. The story itself is actually true. The story that will be told actually happened, and honestly, I can't make this shit up. Those who know the situation or those involved will know, and those that don't will enjoy an incredible story. Remember, only a few of the names have been changed, and the situations that are claimed by a few in the story did not happen, and you'll know what I mean by that, but an illusion in several minds of the involved. Once upon a time, in the not-so-distant past, there was a group of ladies sitting around talking about their day and past events. Then one day, the women gathered, and questions were being raised and complaints because of a certain past event regarding Bun Bun. All of a sudden, Pug barged into the little group saying,
"You guys, all of our worries are going to go away." "What do you mean?"
they asked.
"Trust me,"
She
she
says.
Sorry.
But
"I can't tell you how I know, but I do."
they all looked perplexed and said,
"Okay."
Now time went on, and they continued to gather, talk about daily life things. Once again, Pug comes into the little group saying the same thing. After a few times of doing this, a couple of the women finally asked.
"But how do you know all this?"
Pug replies,
"I'm not supposed to say anything, but if I tell you, you can't tell anyone."
They all replied,
"Okay, sure." "There has been an investigation launched into Katie, Ron, and Yabba for being mean to Bun Bun."
the women said.
"Okay, by who, though?"
The Pug said,
"I can't say any more than that, or the investigation will be compromised."
A couple of the women looked at each other and then said,
"Okay."
After a while, the women coming in saying the same, saying the same thing. The women of the group finally asked.
"Where are you getting all this information?"
The Pug finally fessed up. She proceeded to ask the women.
"Remember meeting Mr. B?" "Yeah."
They all said.
"Well, Mr. B is on the case, and it's..."
Oh, you skipped.
Sorry. Sorry. "Well, he has FBI buddies doing an investigation." "No."
They all said.
"Yes,
Said the Pug.
but tell no one."
The Pug began to tell the group what has been going on so far.
"Well,"
he said,
"it started out into looking into Yabba, Katie, and Ron for being mean to Bun. But then Mr. D and I dug a little deeper and found out there is a drug ring going on between them. And William back east..."
The women were shocked and couldn't believe what they were hearing. The Pug then said,
"Mr. B could never be wrong. Trust me."
and so it began the investigation of the century. From time to time, small updates would be given by the Pug with enthusiasm and excitement. The Pug was asked,
"How does this William back east fit into all that is going on?"
Pug then replies,
"William has access to a lot of pills. He takes them and mails them to Ron, who has an addiction and needs them. Then Ron gives some to Katie to sell and to give him the money."
A couple of the women in the group looked around perplexed, thinking to themselves, but didn't say anything. Short time passed, and the group got together again, and Pug comes in assuring the women, saying,
Mr. B is on the case and is finding out a lot of information, and the investigation is starting to expand. What do you mean?
They asked. Pug replied,
Mr. D has found out that Candy and her brother Earl from down south is in the ring also.
Rita and Les asked Pug.
What? How are they involved?
Pug says,
Yes, it's true. Mr. B told me the investigation has found out that all the items Candy gets from Family Mail, she and her brother Earl sells. Ron and Katie found out, and they are blackmailing her with the information and making her split the money from the sales with them.
Now, at this moment, Rita and Les thought to themselves, these people can't really be believing this story. But publicly, they were just there. In private, Rita and Les were talking amongst themselves. As a short time went on, and a couple of the ladies began to ask questions of Pug about the investigation, including Rita and Les, the story Pug was relating to the group was getting more and more outlandish. One day, while Ron was having a live stream, he heard helicopters flying overhead. Mr. B contacted Pug and said,
Do you hear the helicopters on Ron's live stream? That's me sending them out.
Then Ron started having trouble with his internet connection, and once again, Mr. B contacted Pug saying,
Do you see that? His internet keeps going off because I'm the one doing it to mess with him.
Now, at this time, Les was thinking to herself, you gotta be kidding me. This is too much. A short time later, Pug comes into the group giving more information. Pug said,
You guys, do you know why Katie has been blackmailing Dimitri for money? Well, Mr. B found out that Dimitri works for the Colombian drug cartel, and he was supplying Katie and Ron with the drugs to sell, and they can all split the money. Dimitri decided to stop sending them the drugs, and that is why he left the country.
Les at this point spoke up and said,
No, he didn't leave the country. He's not leaving his family.
The others in the group are still believing the story and not questioning anything. Also at this point, Mr. B is talking to the women in this group individually, except Les, who at this point is questioning that. There was a small rift between Katie and Yaba. Next thing we know, Pug comes to us saying,
You guys, Mr. B found out some more information. Yaba has been growing marijuana and supplying everyone to sell it. Then she refused to grow it, and Katie and Ron got mad.
Now Rita defended Yaba, saying,
Yaba has kids. She's not going to do anything to jeopardize her kids' safety and lose them.
Les couldn't believe what she was hearing. Now, at this point, it was noticeable that Bun Bun was asking others to do things for her and gather information. But Pug and Bun Bun started asking things from the group. They would say,
You guys can take screenshots of this, and you guys can take screenshots of that, and send whatever you have to Mr. B.
They did as they were asked, really believing that they were helping the situation. Les did none of that. After a while, there was less and less talk about William back east and of Candy and her brother Earl down south. Shortly after that, Katie was supposed to hold a live stream, and she was having internet problems. Mr. B sent a message to the group through Pug saying,
Guys, notice Katie couldn't have her live stream? That was Mr. B shutting her down so they couldn't talk about Bun Bun.
Shortly after that, Pug comes to the group and announced,
You guys, Mr. B has said the warrants have been issued. They are waiting for a judge to sign the papers.
Sometime later, the Pug comes to the group saying,
The investigation is getting even bigger. Mr. B has found out that Shar is married to the mob, and the fundraiser was done to give money to the mob. And not only that, she hired hackers to hack computers. and sent at least one of them to Ron and Katie to use.
At this point, Rita had enough and basically told the Pug she was full of shit. The next thing we know, Skeeter was brought into the investigation. Pug informed us saying,
Skeeter is involved. He's Ron's friend, and he is able to hack computers. He's as shady as they come.
At this point, Rita was starting to get pissed. She went at Pug, defending Skeeter. A few days later, Ron was confronted by another YouTuber, and Ron decided to keep peace. He'd apologized to Bun Bun for all that he said and done. When this happened, all of a sudden, this so-called investigation stopped. Mr. B and his buddies stopped because Mr. B got what he wanted. Now,
Thought that went well. I didn't completely choke.
Yeah, well, good for you. Now, the reason why we came out with this, like I said, is to stop them. Enough's enough. What's scary to me is that the other women who did not leave still believe this. They believe everything he says without questioning. And this so-called investigation went on, but as you all know, no, Yabba did not grow no marijuana. Char's not married to the mob. Skeeter or hired any hackers. Skeeter doesn't know how to hack computers. He didn't send out no damn helicopters. He didn't make anybody's internet go down. He's a very, if you ask me, a very sad old man, honestly and truthfully.
And he goes after women.
Yeah, he surrounds himself with.
I mean, besides Ron, but he did every time he talked to Ron, he did it through a fake account.
So, recap this real fast, because this is too good to fucking be true. So, let me get this right. In the beginning, Operation Investigation takes way. They come in, tell you all their latest updates, causes Ron's internet connection to be fucked up. Helicopters are over Ron's fucking head. The CIA, FBI, National Guard has warrants out for me, Yaba, and Ron, because we're all in a drug ring. And fucking Yaba gets to be the kingpin. This story's already fucked up. No one's going to believe that. Ron gets the drugs, throws it to me for me to sell. Okay, and it gets better.
Well, they're mailed. They're mailed to Ron first. They're mailed.
Well, yeah, you see,
Ron's
supposed to be this kingpin, and I forgot to add in there the day that Ron yelled at you was not because of anything except for one fact. You spend so much time on the internet that you quit selling the drugs. Instead, you started taking them, and you weren't selling your share and giving Ron his money.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so
That was
Ron's out to
supposed
get
to
me because I'm using the supply.
Yep.
For fuck's sake. Now we got Char in the mob.
Yep.
Skeeter. How is Skeeter involved in this?
Yeah, because if you notice, more people that
this is so fucking wild, dude. Like, you can't make this shit up. And
every time Bunny had an issue with somebody, they were involved. They suddenly was the FBI was like, oh, we're on to them. Like,
exactly. How
Char got involved. Oh, whatever Char did. All right, now we know about her. Oh, don't worry. The FBI's on to her. This is it. Oh, you don't like Skeeter? Okay, now the FBI's on Skeeter. Like, anybody that she didn't like.
Anybody she didn't like.
First, it started out with you, Yaba, and Ron, and then it just grew.
Oh, wow.
And Dimitri is out of the country because he's running because he didn't want to sell drugs for the Colombian cartel anymore.
Dimitri's out on the lam. He's left the fucking country, people. He's gone. All right. This gets better and better.
Someone just actually, I just saw Dimitri's Facebook. He's still around. He's in Florida. I mean, hope he's okay.
He's fine.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I told him he ain't gonna leave his family. Are you serious? But we can't make this up.
And
Well,
so,
Holy dopey, no, the guy was not made up. He changed the letter of his name.
but he's tweeting a lot of things, especially about this federal judge he has in his back pocket. Like he tweeted, Katie, I sent it to you, where he said he's going to have the federal judge sign the complaints tomorrow.
okay, so is this guy a CIA agent or is he just pretending?
No, he's an
He
EPA.
works for the EPA. He writes tickets for like people who don't keep up the codes on stuff and let things leak into the ground. So he writes tickets for them.
Bam
And in the building he works for, this federal building, because it is a government agency, I guess they have branches of the FBI, the DEA, just like every other city, county does. And he works in the same building. So he considers himself like an auxiliary member of these organizations.
Speaking of nutcase, one just walked into the chat. Anyways, wow. Okay, this is so fucking convoluted. Like, okay, so I suppose after all this ludicrous, you all started asking questions, and
Yeah.
they got offended that you were questioning this story. Is that what I'm hearing?
They got offended because I started asking questions about stuff that they were spreading about Lisa and lies that they were telling. And so I started asking questions, and Bunny got upset and said goodbye to me. So, and then she wrote me saying, I was a manipulative, lying bitch, calling her a friend. I hope I enjoy stepping on her to get ahead in life, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, all right.
Basically
Yeah,
the same thing with me, just because I didn't want it out of the drama. And
yeah,
she was like, "Right, well, we're not friends anymore. I hate you." And
yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to be like cool with her. But no, she had to go ahead and go at me. And then she did the same
Now,
thing. She accused me of
let me
using
answer.
her for my channel.
Let me answer this. Mr. B is not takedown man. No,
Mr. B is his own is
his own
an
person.
actual person.
And William Palmer, no, we know you didn't do any of
Oh,
that.
yeah.
William Palmer did not do any of that. But the investigation itself is real. I mean, yeah. So, all right, Bam Bam's got
So
a call.
he's, all right, go ahead.
He asks it. Go ahead and say what you're going to say. Bam Bam's got a question. She has a
Me,
written.
I was just saying, he told me, see, now he was telling the story differently to everyone else, just like he knows what I used to do for a living. I think he figured I was going to really question this, and he couldn't pull this shit with me like he could the pug and the bunny. But he told me that there was the bet, and all these agencies were involved in watching Ron have a mental breakdown, and the judge's secretary was holding the money, and he was the one who had the FBI and them send out the helicopters. And then in the conversation, the bunny was like, "Oh, can you please send the helicopters?" And he was like, "I already have."
Jason, the feds are out to get me, Ron, and Yaba.
Come get them.
Now, Bam Bam asked, Les, can someone get me some good morphine and weed and heroin, please, since Katie was too greedy to share?
Yeah, apparently Katie everything, and now Ron's mad at her, and Yaba doesn't want to grow anymore. Dimitri left the country.
Yeah. And poor William's just back east, just still sending them
He has,
Ron because he's addicted.
he has nobody but Ron to mail his drugs to.
Yeah.
Now, and everybody has to really seriously take a minute to like process all this. He's saying he needs the pug and her assistance with this, and she has to gather all this information for him so he can take it back to the DEA and the FBI, and the federal judge. It gets updates every morning about what Ron and Katie and Yaba and everybody's up to, because the federal judge has time for YouTube bullshit. And this all started because they were mean to the bunny.
Why in the world? Okay, let's just say that Mr. D is feeding Fat Nasty and the pug, if that's what we're calling this load of bullshit. Why in the fuck would they ever believe this? Like, you gotta be fucking retarded. Come on. And last time I checked, isn't like pretending to be a CIA agent against the law? And furthermore, putting fucking children in danger? I'm shook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Shook right now.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we can't make this up. This is exactly what's going on. And it keeps going. That's just it.
It gets bigger and bigger. The investigation just gets bigger and bigger as more people, as she gets mad at more people. And the reason why we pretty much had to have this come out, number one, is because they're fucking saying it on Twitter. So if you're saying it on Twitter, then we'll tell the whole story. But also because we know we're going to be next. It's going to be, well, they already have me as a heroin addict. And I smoke crack and snort.
Yeah, I heard you say needle in all parts of your body.
Yeah.
I heard.
So we're just going to be involved next.
Yeah. And Ross from Ohio says, can you guys back up and clarify the very beginning? Where was this group of people talking? Someone just came in randomly and started saying these things? No. I used to have private chats all the time. I still do, actually. And this was one of the women in the group who came in. And, Pug came in saying all this stuff, And Mr. B, and the reason why I'm using Mr. B, Bun Bun, and Pug is because I can't get struck. It's not their YouTube names. Although
there's more than one Mr. B and a Pug on YouTube.
Yeah, and so
but I get it.
So
you're gonna have to give me details on this Mr. D when we get off here. What state he's in, shit like that. Because last I heard, pretending to be a CIA, FBI, whatever in the fuck is against the law. And do we have receipts for this? Amy, you sent me some. So I'm seeing what you guys are saying for sure.
Yeah, like what I have, she doesn't have, because pretty much everything that was said to her was verbal. But what I showed you, it kind of backs up both of our stories because it tells about the helicopter. He clearly wrote himself, I sent that helicopter up there. And he clearly wrote, I had them turn his internet off. He at one point said I had him turn his computer off. I don't know how that's possible. And he says the judge by name and how everybody in his office are making troll accounts and go into everybody's videos and thumbs down. And he says, your tax dollars hard at work. Basically saying all these people he works with are just sitting around looking at Ron, Katie, and Yab all day.
Dude, this shit I don't know, at first it was funny and now it gets creepy. So I can guarantee you when Yaba hears this story, she's going to lose her fucking shit because you know how she is about her kids. And I can tell you right the fuck now, Ron ain't jeopardizing no shit at his house. Like this is the most far-fetched, convoluted story I've heard. No, actually it's not. The Will Davis has got to be the most far-fetched story I heard. This is the second. I need to know these details. I need receipts and shit. Go on. I'm getting mad over here. I'm getting real fucking mad, actually.
I see, and that's what I said. I'd like to see him used to the ladies. I call them ladies. I would like to see them use the excuse the ladies watch. I'm going to send helicopters over LEZ's house. I'm in the middle of a fucking flight path to the airport, and we've got an army. We've got the Army Armory over here. There's Blackhawks that fly over here, and they shake my freaking house. So hello, go ahead.
I'm right next to the airport. I'm right next to Philadelphia Airport. It's like 10 minutes from my house.
I
Yeah.
live 2 minutes from the fucking airport, so it would have been real convenient for him to say it was over my head. But the thing about Ron, come on, he lives in small town Indiana. And let me tell you, if there was ever a fucking helicopter, I guarantee you it was probably middle of the summer. And what happens is we have a lot of cornfields in Indiana, and people got smart and started growing pot in the middle of the cornfield. Not saying anything to do with Ron, but there's a cornfield on the other side of his lake, and they go over with helicopters and look for that shit. So if there was a helicopter hovering, they were probably going over the cornfield, which is common here in Indiana. You see it all the time. So
But
I
it could
don't
be
know.
anything. Like we have news copters go around everywhere. I mean, every night that helicopters are out because they're doing traffic.
Yeah, it's just like I can't imagine a fucking. And this was on like I don't get where the helicopters come from. Was Ron like, hey, there's helicopters above my head in a live stream or something? Or
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but that's what it sounded like the way he wrote it. He was watching this live stream and he must have heard Ron say, oh, they got helicopters around. So then he runs to the pug and says, hey, I just sent a helicopter out. But like, number one, if she's involved in this investigation, why wouldn't you tell her first? But that's just so asinine. Like, do you know how many thousands of, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars that supposedly they spent through the DEA, the FBI, the CIA, the EPA, the federal judge to send helicopters up to, they've issued warrants on everybody at one time and nobody's gotten arrested. I mean, just because somebody was mean to the bunny.
Hold on. Someone asked a question in the chat, said, why is Bunny saying you admitted? Okay, what had happened is after the Will Davis came, I made a little fake account and I went and talked shit. And you know how you can always tell it's me is because I can't fucking spell nothing right. So I was trying to be all slick and be all funny, and I got busted the house trying to be funny. Yeah, and I got the wrong date on it too. I think I put 1997 instead of 1996. So yeah, that was a total fucking joke. And like in the same live stream I walked into, everyone busted me, and I was like, yeah, it's me. I thought I was being funny. My bad. Sorry.
Okay.
Go on, guys.
Ross from Ohio is a private investigator and he wants to come on and ask questions. If he's on Twitter, yes, it's the way I send him is on Twitter.
Who was it? What is it?
Ross from it's got this guy named Ross. He was a private investigator and he wants to ask questions. There are people asking questions in the chat though. So you guys, if you have, let's see, I'm trying to scroll up to get to a couple of them.
I stumbled across something. Maybe you guys can help me out here.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure about this. I'm just asking, is there a possibility that old Sandy has some warrants out for her arrest?
I don't know.
I believe unless it got cleared up that I don't know about, there was one in Florida,
one in New York and one in Chicago.
New York's already been done. I know she can't go to Chicago. I know she can't go there.
Well, that would explain why her name isn't on anything. All right. See, this shit gets deeper and deeper.
Yeah, she never, ever does anything herself.
Yeah, she won't actually touch her hands, but she has people doing things for her. And like I said, people need to ask questions. And Bunny needs to get over the shit herself. That's just it. The insane obsession that she has with Katie, and she always says Katie has an obsession with her. But the thing of it is, the thing of it is that honestly, I can't explain it. It's just this blind faith stuff, and anybody who believes this kind of story, it just blows my mind. And these ladies still believe him.
Anybody
They
who
literally
believes
still.
this, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I don't want to say you're stupid. That's not what I'm trying to say. But if anybody believes this, I think they really should rethink it.
I'll say it. If you fucking believe this, you're a retard. Plain and simple. You're a fucking retard. And I don't care if she was getting spoon fed this story. Uh, old girl is not, she may be big, but she ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying? She's on her shit. She knew
No.
damn well this was complete bullshit. And she was just wanting to believe it, to have something against me, Ron, and Yaba. That's all it is.
Well, the thing is, I can't even believe that the government spent all this money and time. I mean, this investigation is going on since February, I believe.
No, no,
And
no,
they
no,
spent
no. No, this started after. Oh,
right after the live stream, the
no, 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 no. He came in. It had to have been March, maybe beginning of April, end of March, somewhere around there.
okay, then
When he
it
started.
been like, because I know the bet, everyone in the agencies had to have their money in by the 20th, and he had to have had the breakdown by the 30th. So yeah, I guess you're right, March. But regardless, I mean, this investigation's been going on for months. And then at one point he did say that the judge had signed warrants for everyone.
Yeah,
And then when still nothing happened for weeks and weeks, nothing
never,
happened. Nobody got arrested. And then
never.
when Ron apologized, well, when Yaba and Bunt came to whatever agreement, I don't know what was said, but her warrant was taken away for all her growing the marijuana and selling it. She no longer had a warrant. And then when Ron apologized, the whole investigation, they just said, all right, we're done.
It just went away.
Apologized.
Yeah. What federal investigation does that bullshit?
I'm speechless. If you believe that, no.
Any of that. That's what.
But I also want to clear up one thing. This is not Katie's doing. We asked her here to tell her what was going on behind her back. She didn't make this live stream. We asked her to come on and be here.
Yes.
And we told her we had something to tell her. So it's not Katie that is obsessed with her.
No.
Yeah.
And to tell you guys the truth, like I said, Mr. B is still talking to these ladies, feeding them a line of crap, just like he's putting the blame on someone who had nothing to do with this, and said that this woman is heading all this up. And I'm sitting here thinking, you got to be full of shit. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I can't think for my fucking self. Are you serious? I'm the one that went to Amy May and told her this stuff. And
well, he also said, well, after the investigation was over with, after Ron apologized, it was just like last week, he wrote in a tweet, a public tweet that anybody could see, I'm going to the judge tomorrow with complaints on, I guess it was me and you, Les.
yeah.
So now this federal judge is looking into me and Les,
and not
and
only
no longer
that,
worried about all the drugs.
it was that one live stream you and I did when we brought Katie on. That was a Thursday. He said that night he was going Friday to the federal judge on me and you. And then Friday, he said he was going to his attorney Saturday morning. And then Saturday night, they must have been talking about shit, because he said, don't worry, I've already given my attorney my papers on Amy May and the LEZ. I'm like, well, he should have asked me. I would have told him whatever he wanted to know.
I can't wait to see this complaint. He said the federal judge, he went to the federal judge to sign a complaint against us. He works for the EPA. I haven't spilled any oil, so he cannot, and I don't live in West Virginia. Yeah. So I don't know what you think he's going to sign a complaint on me about. Or
For
you.
what? Talking on YouTube the truth, and you guys know, most people in here I think know. I've been wanting to stay neutral forever. I talked to Katie and the Bun Bun separately, but at the same time, I
All you did was ride her coattails just to become YouTubey famous.
yeah, with only 1,000 subs. Ooh, yeah. I mean, come on. What the hell?
And you didn't even monetize until after all this shit was,
Yeah,
you
I'm
didn't
on.
have it on your channel.
Yeah, yeah. She said that built my channel on her. I'm like, that I did well because of her or make money because of her. I'm like, I didn't monetize for like 2 months.
Who the fuck is she?
I didn't
Like,
even monetize for 2 months after I even started, and I could have because I was monetized on my other channel. All I had to do
Yeah,
was
she said
bring
the
you.
same thing about me. I was benefiting from all her hard work because my channel didn't have anything before she came along.
you
Baby.
know what? Y'all, I just had like this epiphany. Sitting here, looking up out the window, thinking about all this shit over the, I went from being, first, I felt like this motherfucker was getting conned. Then I realized she wasn't, and I got mad at everything that was been said. And now it's so weird to me, but I like pity her. I really do. It is so fucking pathetic. Like, this is sad. This girl truly, truly needs help.
She does. She has some serious deficiencies in her personality.
There's something
Because
really wrong for her to be this level of obsessed and carry it on and fucking for me just to consume her life like this.
oh, she's consumed.
You have no idea.
I mean, she'll take a 3-4 hour nap. I mean, and that's her nighttime sleep. She gets up and she is right there, right in. Like I would go to work and do something, and maybe 8 hours later come back and there was 300 messages between them. They are talking nonstop. I'm like,
Flame,
I can't
Mr.
fucking do this.
Flame
I would
Dancer.
go days without talking to him because I couldn't deal with it anymore. And then
Flame
he would get mad. Where were you? I'm like,
Dancer. I've seen Mr. B. It's not Bunny's husband. Boyfriend.
Mm-mm.
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend, not husband. Boyfriend.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I want to try to answer questions and stuff. And Flame Dancer wants to know, Katie, what do you think of all this?
It's I believe oh goddamn, how should I put this? Well, I totally believe that this story was made up, especially after the receipts I've seen and everything. Well, I know it was made up, but I believe y'all were told that, and good on you for questioning that. I mean, immediately I would have questioned it. There's nothing wrong with questioning it. And if your friends are going to get an attitude, that right there tells you what you need to know. You started questioning this fucking tomfoolery, and they decide that y'all ain't good enough to be their friends. That's wild. I really think, honestly, that you know what? Hurt people, okay? There is something really wrong in Sandra's life to make her do all these things and say all these things. And I don't believe for a second this Mr. What's his name again? Mr. D. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what he does. I'll look into him. I never really thought to look into him.
He's
I
really
don't think you realized how much involved he was because you didn't watch Twitter. They thought you watched everything, but you didn't watch everything. He is like, he's more involved than she is at this point.
I think there's
I mean, he
something
does everything
really,
she
really
says.
wrong. Look, okay, when you become friends with people, it's because you have a lot of things in common with them. For these three to believe this, they are all really sick people and they are leaning on each other. They're feeding each other. And
They are.
I don't know if there's some, like
three that believe it.
paranoid schizophrenia going on, there's something going on with all of them to really, really, truly believe this shit.
Coffee Mama, no, the investigation was not real. They think it's real, and it's not. It was all a lie by this one guy. But they went with it. And, I mean, they were having people screenshot every move that Ron, y'all, hate. They were having people stalk these people. And
hold on.
They're
thinking, tell them, yeah, they think it's real. Like, this story was really presented to all these people. This is why Carol, Lisa, and the rest of them all left, is because they just would not get behind this fucking bullshit story that was getting fed to them. So that's why they had the whole falling out. Which, let me be honest here. If you guys knew that she was no good, fuck, why would you stick around her this long? Why is all this shit coming out now? Fuck, this could have came out a long time ago.
Well, we didn't know until we started talking to each other. Like, he told me little things, and then he told them little things. And it was just until like 2 weeks ago when we were like, oh yeah, and started talking. Then we were like, wait a minute, this is what he told me. And then we gathered all of our information. We were like, holy shit.
Yeah, but
he didn't tell me the same thing he told them.
When she was feeding you the bullshit on, and you know, her stories changed so much. Now that she was supposedly talking to the uncle the whole time and never had contact or whatever.
I mean, all right, this was on Mr. Lives. This is what happened with that.
Real fast, Les, if you're not going to believe this story, why in the fucking world would you all believe the last one, the paracord one? That one was just so fucking obviously bullshit. Like,
well, that's kind of what made me start thinking, like, then I was like, what else are they lying about?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to understand, when we were in, they had a private chat going on Twitter, but I wasn't really, I mean, even though I was added to the group, I rarely ever went in there. And I
wasn't in that chat.
Yeah, Amy wasn't in it, and I rarely ever.
Well, I didn't hear all this until I talked to Les. The only thing I heard was just a helicopter thing. He didn't tell me because he knew I used to be a cop and would be like, you're fucking lying.
And I just, like, have brains. 3/4 of my family's in government. I mean, come on now.
But I can sniff bullshit from a mile away. So when my radars were going off, I feel like, where are my people whose radars are going off? And then, you know, I don't know. I just feel like
I said, like I said, so I wasn't in that Twitter chat hardly if ever at all. And I rarely spoke, but I had private hangouts. When we started having private hangouts, that was not one of the things that was really talked about. We actually talked, well, one of my most boring subjects is the makeup shit. We talked about family, kids, that kind of stuff. That's what was talked about for so long. And then this stuff started coming up. And then this guy, this Mr. B, although he used to be one of my mods banned him, but would always come into my live stream and be nice. Then I found out the guy couldn't stand me because I'm gay. So I'm like, okay, that's nice. And then come to find out later on, after I left, that Bunny couldn't stand me at the beginning because I'm gay. And then she decided to keep around because I might be useful. Well, I hope I'm useful now. But you got to understand, at the beginning, there was nothing really said. And then when Pugs came in and said, guys, there's been an investigation, we thought it was YouTube. We really thought it was YouTube because at that time, you know, there was talk about the advertising thing, and then ended up through, and then, you know, YouTube was looking into everything that was going on the internet. We thought, honestly, I don't know, I can't speak for the others, but I know on my end, that's what I really thought was first. And then when she said that this Mr. B was heading this up, then I found out he was saying he was DEA, and I said, wait a minute, I thought he was EPA. And then when Pug tried to tell me he said he's CIA, it was all I can do to keep from laughing.
Yeah, this is just, you know, all I want to hear is deep down, y'all knew she was shady. and you wanted to stick it out with her because you thought she was a friend, and then you just couldn't handle it anymore. That's
Well,
how I see this.
yeah, I'll be honest with you. I thought she was.
I
And
didn't think she was until recently.
what, a friend?
No, well, I didn't think she lied about this whole thing and it was all a scam until recently. She didn't do anything wrong. And then when like I started catching her little lies, then I was like, maybe I should start paying attention to this.
See, and I caught on to it a while back. There was a lady in the group who found something, and it made me start thinking right then and there. And then it went on, and you know, and then with this, you just have to walk away from it because it's like, are you serious? Are you serious?
I thought it was funny that she has made it known that she hates that anxiety chick, and now she's buddying up with her. But you know what's weird?
Yeah, she hated her, but now she's like the best friend. She's like in the group now.
Oh,
She
she's
could
trying to
never
whip her
stand
ass and
her.
get shit on Yaba. That's all it is. But Kirsty is evil, but she's not that fucking evil. So I think old girl's wasting her time with that one. But listen. Fuck. I forgot what I was about to say. I was on a track here.
Oops, sorry.
Damn, I hate when I do.
It'll come to you.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, this is what I find crazy. It's like, okay, on YouTube, there's different clicks, okay? And it seems like you got this little click, this little click. But if you noticed, in different clicks, they all have something in common that holds them together. And if you notice about Fat Nasty, fucking makeup addiction, and or whatever fucking name she is now, and you know, the rest of there is all something really, really wrong with them. The things that they have said, the things they've done, that little group right there is fucking sick. Like, it's
Very
even,
sick.
I mean, she could have done this any other way. We could have squashed this and I would have left the little mentally ill girl alone. But she wants to keep dragging this out. And then she got a hold of Takedown Man and she thought, oh, this is my big chance to smash Miss Fuck. And it didn't work. Because you know what I think? I think he sees through the shit. That dude's not an idiot either. And he's sitting there listening to those stories night after night. And he's like, this shit ain't adding up. So Bunny's going to fuck around and there ain't going to be nobody in her corner. She needs to just start confessing or stay the fuck on porn sites or whatever in the fuck she's doing. Because I've done my own little investigation into this, and I think it's rather funny that Bunny's videos are all on porn sites. Makes me wonder what else is going on. Maybe or maybe not, I have some videos, just saying, and I'll leave that there.
I'll just leave this right here, but that's none of my business. I'm doing my Kermit the Frog thing, but that's none of my business.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them, yeah. Yeah. So, you know.
I have one theory on that, Katie. I'll tell you.
Yeah. And I just want to warn people. Like I said, with the anxiety girl, she's using her. And
I think she knows that.
Anxiety girl is anxiety girl. Anxiety girl's for herself.
I
don't have a problem with her. I really don't. But anxiety girl is anxiety girl. And they will use and they will say whatever they want. And they think if they say it enough and yell it, that it's true. Like I've always said, you know, just because you yell the loudest doesn't mean you're right.
Well, the pug never liked Anxiety Girl because the pug has a thing for Ron. Bad. Maybe not now because she got seriously rejected, I believe. I don't know for sure, but she always had a thing for Ron. And when Anxiety Girl was around, it just made her so freaking jealous. She never liked her.
Mm-hmm. And that's true.
So, why does everybody have a thing for fucking Ron? No. Someone else in the crowd had anything to do with me and Ron's fault? No. Me and Ron's fallout was something completely different. Ron believes
it was because you started spending all your time on YouTube, taking all the drugs and not selling them and giving him the money that he needs to build his life.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, he tried to
That's
sell
why
me. Mr. B tried to sell me that Ron is addicted, and it was always like, watch him, this and that. Look at there's a drug habit. It's like, I know, I know what the signs are because, no, I'm a heroin addict, but no, because I've been around him in my whole career, and I don't like Ron, but he's not a drug addict. I don't believe. I don't believe that for a second. And part of the reason
Really.
I honestly thought that a lot of the shit he was saying, even though I just dismissed it, I didn't even comment back to him half the time. Oh, I got a story to tell you. But I thought he was honestly just trying to impress me because he knew I used to be a cop. So that's kind of when I was just like, yeah, whatever, dude. This is so full shit. Well, he tells me one time, he comes in to the chat and he goes, and I didn't see it till like hours later because I stayed out of the chat for a long time because he got on my nerve. But he goes, oh, I just got shot at. And one's like, oh, yeah, this story. What happened? Are you okay? And he goes, I went to give a guy a ticket and he pulled out a shotgun and he fired it at me. But I dodged the bullets and I started running towards him and he couldn't get his gun reloaded again. And I grabbed him with one hand and I grabbed the shotgun with the other. I broke the shotgun over my knee and then I dragged him back to the truck and was beating his head on the truck. I'm like, then none of that is true. I'm thinking to myself, you're a fucking moron if you think I believe any of that statement.
This is a guy who runs out of breath eating potato chips.
Oh God, his live stream is the whole time.
So what's this about William Palmer overnighting some pills to Ron because he was going through a withdrawal, Lisa says? What the fuck is this now?
Mr. B came in, or relayed to Pokey, said, see, Pokey, Ron's going through a withdrawal on his live stream. And the next day, Ron was fine. And so Mr. B told Pokey, said, yeah, we found out that Ron, he was going through his withdrawal. So William grabbed some pills and overnighted it to him so that way he can be better.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. This shit is disgusting.
Guys, I'm going to reiterate right now. William Palmer did none of this. William Palmer he's just a guy who talks and he works, and that's all that.
He's a nice guy, so he's an easy fucking target for some assholes. That's all it is.
Yeah, Hopi, exactly. And so, yeah. So I'm just doing this to, like I said, we want to stop him. It's too crazy.
Yeah, because it's just going to keep going on and on. Well, we also wanted to make sure everybody knew what was being said about him, because we don't believe it for a second. And even before I squashed my beef with you, and I still haven't with Ron, that'll never happen. And I don't really talk to Yabba. I don't hate her, but I mean, we're never going to be friends. Not for a second did I ever believe any of this. Ever.
Because well, first of all, I said, look, I know the job that William does, and there's no way in hell it could be done. No way in hell. Now, that's the field that I know. And I said, no, there's no way in hell that I know that I'm going to.
Somebody might get away with mailing drugs like once or twice, but you're not going to do that on a consistent basis to the same person mailing all these drugs over the mail and not get caught.
And that's my sister's field of expertise. I mean, she deals with the post inspectors all the time. There was a guy on her route, and they questioned her, and they're like, just deliver as usual, because they've been following this guy for a year, mailing drugs to this certain address. And so Cheryl did as she was told to do, and they busted the guy. But the thing of it is, just in general, just with the job that William has, there's no way in hell it could even be done. There's no way in hell. No,
I don't know what his job is.
I mean, furthermore, they got shit like, I get shook down if I'm trying to send a fucking lighter to the UK, much less somebody sending fucking drugs. And why would we see? Here's even more. Like, if you were a drug dealer and knowing that me, Yaba, and Ron live so close together, why are we mailing shit? Why ain't we driving it?
Oh, you're not mailing it. It's being mailed to Ron. Ron gives it to you to sell. And then Ron's actually supposed to be the drug kingpin. And grows the marijuana part of it, and she refused to grow it. So Ron got mad at her. And so, you know, and then y'all were blackmailing Candy and Earl down south. And I used fake names for them because they have nothing to do with this. That was the only time they were brought up.
Yeah, but Amy, this is funny though. So we're blackmail. I'm just gonna say. I mean, you can keep it up. Who's gonna get you? We're not saying her name, and everyone else involved is gonna laugh at this. So supposedly we're blackmailing Amy Slayton and her buddy, or somebody else, because they're eating the product too, or
Well,
smoking
because
whatever you do with it, whatever we're selling.
No,
and you found out
she was
her and making her give you all the money. I said,
Gee.
I told them, I said, when they told this, I said, wait a minute. How do you even know? She could say she sold it for $1 and sent them 50.
but make sure everybody knows this. It's not just this is what they think. Mr. B said the FBI is investigating this, that she is selling the makeup that people are giving to her in family mail, and the FBI is investigating her for it.
For selling makeup.
Yeah.
Wow. Poor
That was
Amy fucking
donated
Slayton
to
gets dragged in everything, don't she?
Yeah, and that was the only time she brought up. But I said, how the hell would they know that she said she can say she sold a pallet for $1 and send them 50 cents? What are they going to do? I mean, it didn't make sense, and I questioned it then. And I'm like,
It's not against the law, though.
It's not against the law. It's Amy Slayton being involved. Like, this just gets deeper and deeper, and I'll tell you, it's
and all the people that Pokey and Bunny don't like.
Oh yeah. Every time they had a new fight with somebody, that somehow that person was being investigated by the FBI because they were a drug dealer or whatever.
So we finally had enough.
And I don't understand. Like, I never watched Shar before, but Shar's involved.
were they just joking around? Asked XSN.
No,
they really believed this.
they were serious.
They really believed all of this. It was just a couple of us that were like, what the hell? Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes I just sit there and love listening to the story. I'm not going to lie. It didn't mean I believed it, but damn, it was funny while they were telling it. I am not.
Oh yeah, I laughed.
The seriousness of it all, they were so, and I'm like, oh, And
but the funny thing is, he's still to this day tweeting about these warrants and complaints.
Exactly. And
Still,
now they're
like just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, and now they're coming after me and Amy with warrants and complaints. I'm like, go the fuck ahead. If they want to steal my Lexapro and Booze Park, go for it. You know? Shit, I'll just go get it refilled. That's no problem. I mean, what are they going to find? I'll be like, I am William, I won't say his last name, granddaughter. And they'll be like, oh, okay.
Linda.
I ain't worried about it. So it's they're going to be doing it.
Linda G, I know what you're saying. Like, could this be what Ron was talking about? Like, we were out to. I don't think Ron is not that stupid to believe something like this. There's no fucking way. I mean, as soon as he hears this, I don't talk to Ron anymore, but I'm sure he's going to get a nice laugh out of this one.
Yeah, he's going to laugh.
Yeah, Yaba didn't do anything. Ron didn't do anything. Katie didn't do anything. Amy Slayton and her brother didn't do anything. William didn't do anything. It's just all in their head. And what's funny, it's not just the main dude and Pug and Bun Bun. It's those that are still with them. They believe this.
Oh yeah, the 4 or 5 people that are the biggest followers now are actually still going
Bam Bam.
along with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it went from everyone else. Now all of a sudden, me and her and you and her aren't, and now the FBI are looking at us.
Yeah, and honestly and truthfully, another one of the reasons why me and Amy May did this is to take the heat off of someone else, because they have absolutely nothing to do with this or with anything.
Yeah.
So but it really, honestly, it had to be told because it's that funny. It's that funny. I had to tell it.
Does anybody in the room believe it? Just let me know. Let me know if anybody says they believe it, because I gotta know.
There is no one in this room that believes that bullshit.
Put 1 in the room if you believe that this story is completely true. Put a 2 if you think it's bullshit.
Exactly. Number up, folks. 1 if you think it's true. 2 if you think it's not. Oh, fucking no, they're all saying no.
And he really did write to me. He was like, place your bets, place your bets.
They're all believing it's true. I think Bam Bam was being, it's bullshit. Nope, 2. Nope.
And just to confirm that what we're telling you is true, as in every word we're saying has been said, but none of these people have done what they're being accused of. I can't say that enough.
Yeah, what they're being accused of did not happen. Did not happen. But that's just how these sick minds are working. And like I said, we want to stop him. And Amy's got some of the backup on what I'm saying. Mine was verbal. And
I don't have a lot, but what I do have does confirm that what he told me, he really told me.
And it was coinciding with what we were being told as part of this story. Now, I'm not known to be a liar or whatever, and I think everybody knows that that I was friendly with Bunny as I was with everyone, but I can't sit back and I'm watching them attack other people, and it's got to stop. It's got to stop. Do you think one person created this story, or it was a group effort? Do you think Pug actually believes it? Oh yeah.
Well, she believes it.
100%.
But she's trying to get everyone else to believe it.
And Bun Bun, and there are a few others. Oh yeah, there are people who really actually believe it. Yes.
Well, because at one point I was told that we are not allowed to say or do anything until we run it by him first, because he said there's laws that I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically I'm not allowed to say anything unless I go to him, and that's the way he is. And I'm like, you can go fuck yourself, dude. I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. I don't need to run it by you.
Yeah, and he literally tells these women what to do, and they do it.
Oh yeah, and he wasn't gonna tell me what to do anymore. I was just sick and tired. I mean, I wasn't listening to him anyway, but he calls them his girls. He's sick in the head. This man is fucking sick in the head. His girls, and he tells you what to do, and it's just he surrounds himself with women. He's a womanizer.
That's fucked up is that they were making bets on fucking Ron's mental illness. Like, let's get this all out in the air.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Ron's got issues, whatever. But the fact that they're going to fucking sit there and make bets, oh, I bet Ron's going to have a mental breakdown by April 30th. Dude, that's fucking shitty. No, that's low-life shit.
I don't know if Pug and Bun Bun did that. I don't know.
No, he was saying that he was saying that the FBI, the DEA, the CIA, the U.S. Marshals, and the federal judge all were trying to get him to have a breakdown. So he's implicating this judge and everyone else into basically terrorizing this man. by cutting his internet off, by sending helicopters, trolling his live streams and his comment section. So he needs the answer to that.
That's pretty sick shit. And I wonder if this judge knows that he's throwing his name around so loosely. I wonder if that judge would appreciate that, especially with some YouTube bullshit. I mean, impersonating CIA things. Yeah, this dude needs to be dealt with. This ain't cool at all.
Yep.
Exactly. And so, which explains why Mr. B never talked to me personally, because, you know, my own father had a hard time controlling me. I sure as the hell ain't going to let some other man unless it's my children or my nephews. You know, no. My grandson.
Well, the last time I talked to him
best.
is when he went off on me, and I flat out said, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but you're not going to talk to me like that. And he kind of backtracked a little bit. Like, his true colors started showing when he got mad at me because I wouldn't meet him.
You go, Lindy.
And yeah, when I wouldn't meet him, then he just was like flipping out. And when I told Bunny, I'm like, I don't know, like, I'm not feeling comfortable with this. And I think I'm catching him in lies. And then he was like, and he just completely flipped out. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. You're not going to talk to me like this. Don't you ever talk to me again. I had to threaten to call the cops on him. And then he went to my work and took a picture of it.
Punky B says, how did these people find each other? It's, you know what? I'll be honest with you. What scares me is with the mentality of these ladies, and then with the mentality of Mr. B, it's almost like a cult leader. A good cult leader, a good cult leader will search his victims. He knows the type he can manipulate. And what's funny is that these women claim to be these strong-willed, individual thinking women. And what cracks me up is that this whole time they thought I was just this dope sitting in a chair watching TV high half the time. And they forget I was listening. And they forget I'm not stupid. You know, I'm not stupid. But that's what it reminds me of, a cult personality. And since we started this, there's more that has joined. And are all women.
Yeah.
And
all women. All women.
Is Sarah B actually buying this bullshit?
Yep.
Oh, really? That's shocking too.
Miss Innocent? No, don't buy that.
Well, she never denied it when I was around. She never denied it, and that's what shocks me the most. I miss Sarah.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that she would be so hateful. She's not a very nice person.
No? I don't know. Somebody asked me what I'm going to do with this information. I'm a firm believer in revenge is best served cold. And why I'm sitting back, not doing, not tweeting about it and everything, I'm just building my case. That's what I was informed I needed to do, and that's what I've been doing for a few months now. But just remember my famous line, revenge is best served cold. So I'm just sitting back, letting all these fucking things happen, and, I got a plan, and I'll let you all know what my plan is. But right now, I've got a stack of fucking screenshots of just everything that's been done, my name linked to a porn site, phone calls made and shit. I know a lot. I got a lot more than they think I do, and I'm not going to advertise what my plan is as of yet. But just know I'm not. It will.
Well, I know this. Bunny recorded 2 conversations she had on the phone with Yava. Bun does not do anything without recording it. And so,
and then she doesn't do anything with it. She just hands it off to somebody else to do something with it.
Yeah.
But he when he in his live stream, like I'm not ashamed to admit, I'm kind of going through some financial trouble like the last couple of years, and I'm going through a divorce, so it's not as clean cut. I can't do a lot of shit that I could do financially because of the divorce. So in his live stream, you know, I was waiting to see if I should help this girl. I never asked for his help.
Travel buddy.
Talking about, dude, I would never take anything from that guy. No fucking way. I was waiting to see if I should help her. You don't need to help me. I'm okay. I got this. And then now he's then he says, well, I'm helping the pug. Apparently he's buying her like cell phones and stuff because she needs a new cell phone and I don't know.
Well, let me clear something up with the whole Yaba thing. I knew what was going down the whole time. I knew that she was going to call, but look, this the thing is she sold Bunny a line of bullshit, and I think Fat Nasty knew that. So everything that was said in that phone call was premeditated. It was to see how far they would run with shit. And of course she did. She recorded it, which is illegal in Indiana because both parties have to know, and no one was aware of that. That's another thing in the vault. Um, but no, Yaba knew exactly what the fuck she was doing. Yaba's not a dumbass. We know.
Well, she did say something. I can't remember exactly what the context was, but she was like, it doesn't matter. Nobody will believe it anyway. Like basically saying if I say it and I say it loud enough and I say it enough, nobody will believe it.
Amy May tweeted that. She tweeted that DM.
Can't remember what it was about, but she was like, doesn't matter. Nobody will believe her.
Yeah, she said, even if it comes from me, nobody's going to believe it.
Or something. Yeah, something like that. They're like, she doesn't care about lying. She doesn't.
Yeah, and another thing is, I know this for a fact because I went on 2 of the websites. Bunny's name is connected to 2 porn sites, and there's at least 2 that I know of where I don't know who did it, but they've connected Katie to porn sites.
Bunny did. She admitted it.
Yeah, Bunny and her husband did because I believe that her husband creates these porn sites, and I believe that Bunny is still in the sex industry, and I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to come. You know, I come when I know 100% what's going on, but it doesn't take much research to figure out. And her boyfriend who lives never mind. I'm going to shut the fuck up while I'm ahead and sit on what I know.
Yeah, my theory, I can't say my theory because I'm not 100%. But it has to do with another scam and money.
Yeah, and but we generally just want these people stopped, and we're hoping that people will listen and think twice about what is being said by them, because it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I just want to put them out there. Like, these are the people that are shouting all these things about everyone else, but yet they come up with this ridiculous story. They can't, their credibility is shot, or it should be now.
Yeah, and honestly, there are innocent people, I believe, within that group, because like I said, we left and more's been added, and that I know so much personal shit on, but I will never tell the innocent ones. I will never ever. No, well, I wouldn't even do it if you weren't innocent. And I want to say this, y'all know that, like I said, I was talking to Bun Bun and Kate at the same time. Katie never once has never ever asked me once what was said in private with anyone. Never once. And Bun Bun asked me once, and I returned.
She asked for my number too, right?
She asked for your phone number, and I said no.
Wow.
No. But Katie has never even asked for that. She's never asked who was I talking to or what was said. She never once. The only thing she's ever asked me was to relate to her the message about squashing things, doing a private hangout. Other than that, Katie and I talked about life. So she never once asked, but I was disappointed when Bun Bun did. And she knew I wasn't going to, but she did it anyway. And that's when I lost respect
Yeah,
for
she
her.
knew you were going to tell her that.
I ain't gonna say
Anybody
shit.
could have said that. I mean, anybody could have told her that
Yeah.
you would never give out her telephone number.
No,
I respect Les. I really do. Trust me. I really, really do.
well, girl, I think it's just right on anybody's part. What happens on YouTube should stay on YouTube. What's private is private for a reason.
Way too many. This has gone way too far.
Yeah,
Way too far.
yeah. And so nobody needs to know anything personal. What's on YouTube stays on YouTube. Because I'll be honest with you, I think like most of the people in here, you turn this off, I've got a life.
Oh, I turn it off. I'm gone for days sometimes.
Yeah, I got to pay bills. You gotta clean the house. You got grandkids, kids, just general life stuff. Working I mean, who the hell has that kind of time? That's what surprises me. Who the hell has that kind of time? Like I said, I'll probably after this ends, I'll probably sit here and take a nap. I mean, because that's just the way it is.
I got a question for you that y'all might be able to answer. Now, I was told this, and I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. I was told that Bunny has a disability. That's why she only like there's something I don't know. Like she has some kind of disability, and that's why she only takes headshots. Is that true?
No,
Is she in a wheelchair?
no,
Oh,
No,
okay.
I've seen her pictures of her standing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like it didn't make no fucking sense. Someone wrote in my comments one time, "Why do you think Bunny's in a wheelchair? Why do you think she never shows her full body or anything?" In every fucking picture, y'all, if you went and watched my Fat Fish on my Fat Fucks series, that is a prime example of a fat fish. Any fat girl can make their head look skinny by just showing their damn head. Now, back that camera up a little bit and give us the real picture. See, they've never done that, so it's made people wonder, is she in a wheelchair? She had a fucking cartoon in a wheelchair. Maybe, she's stuck at home and can't fucking wheel her ass out or something. I don't know. I was
no.
trying to give her the benefit of the doubt there.
She walks, she drives,
Yeah,
no, she doesn't
she
have a
drives. I
disability.
know because she sent me like, if we were talking and she couldn't type because she was driving, she would send me like a voice video. She wouldn't show her face. She would like put her phone down and I would see like the console of her car. And then she would tell me what she had to say. So, but then people in wheelchairs can drive too. They have like special. But no, I've seen her in pictures standing.
Yeah,
And I
I
don't know
see.
if she's never disclosed any disability to me.
Okay. Yeah, so that's ruled out. I just wonder why is she so insecure that she can never show. Remember when she goes on live streams, it's always her fucking head and half of it at that. Um,
She's insecure about her weight.
And she's very, yeah.
She's told me that.
that makes sense. I suspected I know she's a big girl. Like I ain't got nothing wrong with the motherfucking fat bitch. I'm a fat bitch, but own it. Please own it, and please don't be calling somebody else a fat bitch when you can't even show your ass on camera the whole way, unedited, not photoshopped, because I can clock that at the house.
Yeah, same here. I've shown my whole body many times, and hell, I admit I'm sexy as fuck. I'll admit it.
I don't give a shit. I've done it.
I don't really
I
care.
don't give. I give
Really
zero
don't.
shit.
I really don't. But yeah, she's not disabled.
Yeah,
No.
no, she's told me that she won't, and that's part of the reason. Like she has so much mouth. She is constantly like putting somebody down and saying shit about somebody, but she never does it with her face. It's always behind a screen. So at one point, I just got to the point where I was just like, I'm done. If you two can't talk to me, or three or four with your face, like face to face, I have no time for you.
Yeah, I don't like that shit either. And with her little buddy, the makeup addiction or what, Beeps cunt. I'm just gonna call her that. I can't remember her new name. Um, and I've said this so many times, and I'm gonna say it a damn again. It doesn't matter if you want to be private. Be fucking private, man. That's cool. But don't talk shit and say horrible things, threaten people's children, make pictures about someone's dead mother and shit when you're using somebody else's identity. And then the worst, and this just happened on Twitter yesterday. I caught someone else doing it, but this girl was using another lady's identity, but she was like acting as if, okay, like say she put a picture of her cat. She'd take that girl's picture, put it on her Twitter, and say, "Oh, me and my cat chilling." Like, you are assuming this person's fucking identity, their life, and shit. That's fraud. I don't like that shit. If you're gonna be
That's
private,
weird.
it's weird. It's to be not. That's at least it's weird. But use a picture of a
Yeah.
fucking cartoon or something, and don't talk shit.
Yeah, just don't talk shit. I mean, have enough balls to show me your face if you're gonna talk shit to me.
Yeah, that's how I see it. If you're gonna fucking be a horrible person, do it at least with your own face.
Yeah, and somebody in the group said, "Don't forget the pug. She runs for
She never
mountain."
shows her face either.
I've seen a picture of that. I was shook. I was like, God damn. Why
He
do these
never needs to say nothing about me. No,
no,
none
absolutely
of them
not.
do.
None of them. Um it's the girls who talk about people's looks the most that are the most insecure with themselves.
Oh yeah, because now the whole thing was when he had the live stream the other night about me. He had a whole live stream about me. I mean, this one's about him, but um, it was she's ugly. Oh my God, Amy Mae's so ugly and blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, you were just trying to get with me. Oh my God. And now Bunny and Sammy and the rest of them are. Oh my God, I can't believe how ugly she is. Like really, guys, really.
She wishes she was as ugly as me. That's all I gotta say. I'm not conceited or anything, but don't put us side by side. Her feelings will get hurt.
Well,
Now,
she knows she's
See,
not
I
as
don't
pretty as
have a
you.
picture of the pug. I don't have any pictures.
I
oh, I was
do.
talking about nasty.
Well, the pug was calling me ugly.
Oh,
Really?
come on. That girl is, she cannot call anyone ugly. She looks like she's been rode hard and hung out to dry. That girl looks rough. I was expecting her to be real cute. I really was. I think Yaba seen a picture one time and told me she was all right. Like, she wasn't dog ugly, but she wasn't like cutesy cutesy. So I went off of that. I was like, okay, whatever. Well, then when I seen the actual picture, I was like, this is not. I had to ask you. This is funny. I said, Yaba, can I ask you a fucking question? And she said, yeah, what? I said, why in the fuck would you lie to me and say this motherfucker's cute? And we both just died laughing.
I mean,
Like,
I
why
wouldn't
would
even be sitting here saying nothing about their looks if they didn't constantly say something about mine. Like, I never said that Bum was ugly. I never said that the pug was ugly. But then one night, oh my God, I can't believe how ugly she is. Well, now I'm going to call you ugly.
Yeah, fuck them. They have a lot to say about everyone else. They get a little dose of their own medicine. They can handle it. Uh,
No,
what's
they
her
can't.
name? Fat Nasty's a big girl. She's a very big girl. She can handle it.
She's
No, they can't handle criticism and they can't handle being ignored. Dead serious. Pam C wrote, "I don't make videos, but I use my own pic and name. Pokey ripped my ass in a comment section." That
That's
sounds.
all she does. That's all she does. And I don't understand for somebody who has that many kids, you'd think she'd spend more time with them.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And for it's funny because Beeps Cunt says someone called her job. Sorry, bitch, you're on disability. You don't do nothing but sit in your little corner lot, fucking Orlando shithole. And she wants to sit there and drag fucking Bam about her looks. Like, that that really dumbfounds me. Bam is fucking beautiful. That's another prime example. She's jealous of the way Bam looks. That's why Beeps Cut goes so hard for her. I mean, it's to the point now where she made fucking fake accounts with Bam's kids' pictures and their names and went into like
Oh my
drama.
God.
See,
See,
I've
I'm
always
waiting.
going against kids.
Oh my God, I'm waiting for her to do something. Well, somebody screenshotted my granddaughter, but I got real angry, and then I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go because my granddaughter is beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes,
after the first time they went after your granddaughter, that's why I did that one video with my baby grandson. I think he was like 7, 8 months at the time, something like that. I don't know. And I was like, say something about him. Say something about him. He's biracial. And I'm willing to say it. My grandkids are gorgeous, and my granddaughter is absolutely beautiful. Someone say something. I dare. My granddaughter is deaf and beautiful. I love her to death. And she is my little girl, and I am her grandma. And I dare somebody say something.
Yeah, that would be low. I don't think they'll go that low, but you know what? Nothing would surprise me at this point.
I think the one will. I think the makeup lady will.
Oh, yeah, that would be
I don't think the other ones.
There is someone over there. I didn't want to bring this up, but it's been said a few times, and this is how shit gets started, so I'm going to end it here. Someone over there on that side, I'm not going to get into it. They may have anxiety, I'm not sure, was saying that Ron and Skeeter come off as pedos, and that is the biggest fucking bullshit. That's how rumors get fucking started, dude. And that ain't cool. I don't like that shit. You know, both of them have a lot of kids, and I'm pissed as fuck at Ron right now. Like, no, he is not my friend, but I'll give him this. He's a good damn dad. So is Skeeter. Skeeter has 5 fucking kids he takes care of. And to even start some shit or fucking bring in kids or interfere with people's lives, that's disgusting. I mean, that's what makes me go after someone hard right there. That shit right there, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I don't like going after kids. I don't like going after people's personal lives. That's just how I am.
People just don't fight old school no more. It's just like people used to fist fight, and now somebody's always got to bring a knife or a gun. You know?
Yeah.
If you had a problem with me, you can deal with me, but it's just going too far now. Now federal judges and warrants and investigations. There's going to be helicopters outside. I'm going to go outside tomorrow to go to work. There's going to be a SWAT team out there.
Probably. Me, if there's a SWAT team outside my house, I'll be like, can y'all push my tractor back to where it goes? Because my dad lowered the blade on that, and he's readjusting the belts, and he didn't do it. So it's left out in the rain, and I don't like that for my tractor. And while you're at it, can you weedy out behind the garage for me? I would. I'd put him to work.
I want to say something else. Sorry, Les. I know I keep interrupting. I'm bad for that. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Katie,
no, this is basically your live stream to go off on it.
The thing, look, someone asked, would I ever apologize or would I accept an apology? At this point, any kind of proof that would be shown from Bunny is completely a lie. There's nothing she could do to clear her name with me, so fuck no. I don't want to apologize. I have no desire to apologize to that. I mean, it will never happen for me. I did a good thing. From her, she will never do it, so no, fuck no. As for any other apologies that need to go out towards that group, I think I've said them. I apologized to Sarah way before I did on a video, because what I said was mean, and I was trying to be mean, and that's all it was, because I went under one of her videos, and I seen a bunch of motherfuckers talking shit about me, so I said some mean shit, and that's where it was rooted from, and that was the last time I've said anything about her. And with the Lisa thing, I was sold a story that Lisa got my pictures off of Instagram of my dead mother, and Lisa can confirm maybe when this happened, because I blocked her from my Instagram, and she gave them to Beeb's Cat, and Beeb's Cat supposedly made this video. So I fucking went off. I was so mad that day, and I said some shit to Lisa that I did not mean, and I was wrong for. I was totally wrong. You guys can nail me to the fucking cross for that. I have it coming. But I've apologized to Lisa and Sarah B, and that's it. That's all I'm apologizing to. The rest, kiss my ass.
Well, I don't think nobody knew the reason why you did it. It just came out of nowhere. So then that's why people were angry. But I mean, not saying that it's right, but I can understand if you talk about somebody in your family, some people are like, all gloves are off. Some people are like, and I'm like that.
Her mother has passed away. There's no need for all that bullshit. Who, you guys?
Right. I mean,
a picture of of Katie's mother is a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful. I told
And
Katie.
Lisa was like, oh, I mean,
Hold
Lisa
on, hold
didn't
on.
know
My
why you
microphone's
did
on?
that.
It's on. Okay, let me clear some shit up real fast. People want to talk shit about my mother, okay? Now let me tell you something. I'm gonna just keep it all real right here. So, I had told Beeps Cat one time that my mom drank herself to death. That is not true. I was talking shit because I wasn't telling Beeps Cat nothing fucking true. I was like, get away from me, you fucking rat. I knew what she was doing. So I sold her a fucking line, and same thing with the gout. Like, you can say anything to this dumbass, and she's gonna fucking believe it as gospel. So anyways, anyone who really knows my mom liked the social cocktail. She'd drink her fucking Long Islands and her White Russians, any day she wanted to, okay? My mom held a high position at Morgan Stanley for years. She was a head financial advisor of her unit. Before that, she worked at Indiana Teachers Deferred Composition, which is a government job. She was an accountant. She was married 3 times. My mom was married to her college sweetheart, and they had 4 kids, my 4 older brothers and sisters. I also have an adopted sister. However, the adopted sister it wasn't like my mom took care of her from a young age, okay? She got adopted older in life because it was my mom's friend and she had trouble, and my mom was just like that. She would take in anybody, okay? So this girl lived with us and she whatever. But I have 4 half brothers and sisters, and they all have the same dad, and they're all a lot older than me. My oldest sister is 45 years old. My next brother is 43. Um, then I got another brother I think he's 40. He's either 39 or 40. Then the sister above me is, I think she's about 37 now. She's 37, 35. No, okay. My adopted sister's 37. My other sister's 35. My other half sister. And then there's me. I'm 30. So right there tells you there's a big age gap between me and my oldest sister. My mom got a divorce from her first husband, and that divorce took a couple of years. See, I feel like I need to tell y'all my life story. Um, so it took 2 years because they had money, and it ain't a pots and pans divorce at that point. They have 4 fucking kids and money, so assets had to be split up. In that time, she went out to a bar, met this good-looking fucking loser who was just a loser. Okay, let's be real, and it happened to be my dad. She was like, "He's hot, so I'll hit it. Whatever. I'm a free woman." Gets pregnant, like worse, like can't believe her life. She's 37 years old. Gets pregnant, and my dad was only 24 at the time. Um,
Nice.
yeah. uh, so my mom's pregnant, marries him because my mom's a classy fucking woman. She's going to do what she feels is right. Gets married. It didn't last long because they're 2 totally different people. My dad ends up getting his shit together, starting a business, yada, yada, yada. It didn't work. So, no, my mom did not have all different baby daddies. It was nothing like that. Well, she went on to get married to another man who she ended up being with, whatever. So, if you look at my mom's obituary, which I heard was a topic of discussion amongst these motherfuckers one night, yes, it says all of that. Now, how can someone with a drinking problem who drunk themselves, oh, and is best friends with Peter Mon, an addiction counselor for one of the best fucking drug addiction facilities in the United States, it's number 3 on the list. That's under Betty Ford too, by the way. Now, how could someone hold such a high position and be a fucking alcoholic, lush, whore, all these things? Riddle me that.
Exactly.
That's a
She fought,
shame.
or she had lung cancer, and I'll just tell you it all. She had lung cancer and she had skin cancer. All right, she did chemo twice. They said no. The third time, cancer. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to ask my sister. Either cancer came back or something was in there. Well, she can't do radiation 3 times. So she opted out to not take the fucking chemo pill or whatever she was offered, and she just started living her life as if whatever. Well, in that time of her living her life, and this was 2 years after her diagnosis, by the way, she gets pneumonia. And ultimately, from her lung cancer and getting pieces removed from her lung, her body had, it went septic, and her little lungs couldn't keep up, and fluid kept getting in her lungs, and she pretty much died because of that, because of the pneumonia. So that's how my mom fucking died. So people who, they want to spread this rumor my mom's an alcoholic, that's just fucking hurtful. Let the woman fucking be dead. Quit digging my mom out of the goddamn grave, because that's wrong.
It has nothing to do with this.
Exactly.
Right. Everyone loved my mom. She was a good fucking person. If you want to hate on someone, hate on my dad. Me and my dad can handle that shit. Just leave my fucking mom alone, especially because she's dead and can't defend herself. And I try to defend her as much as I can, but what kind of a person would do that? Sorry, I just talked my head off. I need to get a drink.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. These people got to be stopped. And, there's no, honestly, and they won't believe it, and I know they won't, but there's really no malicious intent in the fact that I don't want blood or anything. I just want it to stop. Stop it. Use your mind.
Well, they're also, I mean, I think we deserve clarification because they're tweeting all this stuff about, warrants and judges and complaints against us. Well, yeah, I'm going to clarify what you're talking about. And I'm also going to put out the fact that you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
I'm this and I'm that. And then recently it's been everything I doxed about myself is false. So
Yeah.
I dox myself. I tell you all my faults and my mistakes and everything I've done wrong. And, I'm a liar. But if I don't dox myself and tell you, then I'm a liar. And you're going to dox me.
See,
so,
and then that's what I was, these are the back and forth. This whole time she believed you, of course, and she knew it. And then all of a sudden, because we're coming out with the truth, the running's scared. And so now we're nothing but liars. So it doesn't matter what we say. We're going to be lying. And it's only because the running's scared. Because, A, they didn't know what story time was going to be about. They had no idea.
No, they didn't know. They had no clue.
Exactly. And secondly, because they didn't know, they had to go on a defense before we had our offense.
So they tried to make me look like a liar.
Yeah. And so whatever is said, of course, the opposite, they're going to be saying the opposite because they had no idea. They had no idea what we were going to say.
This was probably their last guess of what we could have said.
I don't know. I like to think they were smarter and would think. And
I don't think they think anything wrong with this story. I don't think they think that that anybody's gonna. I think they think everyone else is gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe that they're all drug dealers. When I think for the most part, or anybody in this room, I don't know how many people are in here. I can't see anything, but I can't believe anybody is actually like, no, I believe Mr. B and I believe this is all going on.
Yeah, you can't.
If I'm a drug dealer and I'm receiving shit, then I'm getting fucked. I'm getting fucked real good because I haven't seen no goddamn product and I have no goddamn money.
Well, it's because you sit around and take them all, Katie. You don't remember you see them.
Oh, yeah, you get too high. You don't remember.
Yeah, you're constantly high. I wouldn't doubt it if you were higher than me right now. Which, yeah. You see, and the thing about me being high is like a truth serum because I can't shut up. So I'll just say it. And I'll wake up the next morning and go, oh, shit.
It must be exhausting for them to keep up with this shit, too. Think about it. Because when you lie, you have to lie to cover your last lie and lie on top of that. And it's like a fucking pyramid, okay? And you gotta, she's getting to the top of that. It's all gonna fall down here soon. I mean, you have to be exhausted to be able to keep up with this bullshit and really believe that someone out there, and I guess she's right. I mean, she's got a few of them believing her, but the majority of people, no one's going to believe. Like, this is ridiculous. It's just flat out fucking ridiculous.
Well, I think
can't.
she's getting tired too because one day I've seen her say, I was scammed and Will Davis isn't real, I was a victim of the scam. And then the very next day, she's like, well, I talked to the uncle and blah blah blah. I'm like, well,
Oh
just
yeah,
yesterday you were scammed.
let me tell you this thing with the uncle thing. This is how she put it. Because
Yeah, I
she's
was
covering
thinking.
her ass now, honestly, because like I said, they didn't know what story time was about. She had talked with the uncle. She said, guys, she told in the live stream, this is what happened. The uncle, they had an uncle, which I asked. I said, was there no grandparents, family, nothing? No, there was nobody. And I said, okay. He talked with the uncle, and the uncle had given her $90 back of the money that was given, and said she had to use $60 of that money to pay people back. So she only profited, remind you, profited $30. Now, why the fuck would you be getting any money back, even if you offered? Secondly, why would you use the term profited $30?
Profited.
And
Why
why
is
was
she
she why
profiting off of a charity?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, and she repeatedly said, I'm not giving Palmer back his $50. I'm not giving Palmer back his $50.
And the thing of it is, do you know how easy for somebody, since William Palmer bought that, how easy it is to track who used it?
Hold on, go back. Retell this story. Sorry, I was typing something. So you're telling me that Fat Nasty said, I only profited $30?
Her exact words. So does that how I said it was exactly how she said it.
And she just said this the other day. It
Yeah,
was like, what, 3 days ago or something? She just said that the other day. It wasn't something that we had heard before.
yeah. This was put in Mr. B's live stream. She said it on his live stream.
On his live stream.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
So why would you use the term profit $30? And I'm like, you shouldn't even be. Why would he give back $90 of only 250? I mean, what's the sense? Oh yeah, I agree, Bam Bam. That's what I said. You shouldn't be taking anything anyway.
Yeah, she shouldn't be
Why?
profiting, period. And that's wow. I'm saving that video right now. Amy Mae, you had told me before that you know 100% that fucking Fat Nasty and her boyfriend were pretending to be Will Davis.
Yeah, some of the time. Like I
Some
know, like I don't know for sure. Like they are Will David, but I do know that she had told me. Now this was over the phone. Um, that I could have swore she typed it, but I cannot find it. Um, that she had to pretend like him. They had to pretend like him sometimes. The people wouldn't go after or try to go after the family because it was about the time that she had said Palmer had sent people to the school of the children. I don't know if you remember that.
Palmer donated $50, so there was no false police report. He donated $50 and wanted his fucking money back and felt like he was getting conned out of it. So sorry, I was answering excess.
Um,
There is no false. You can't, like, I guess you could file a false police report, but that just isn't the case.
no, she keeps hanging on this false police report. But if he goes to the police and says this is what I think and this is what I feel, that's not false. If the information he's given is false, it's not that he's doing it on purpose. He's not falsifying it. He's asking them to look into it and tell him if it's false or not. That's not a false police report.
And if they didn't feel like something shady was going on, they would have never contacted her. And that's what lit fire under her ass to start paying people back. Um, and that's very Bam hit it again. Why were these donations being collected under the Amy Slayton donation fund? Because bet your ass she was going to turn it around on Amy Slayton at some point.
I can't attest to what she may have had in her mind. I can only speak on things I actually have seen, heard myself, and that's it.
Yeah, I heard about the email, the Amy Slayton thing, but I didn't understand where that all came about.
Yeah, but
I'm still very unclear about a lot.
Yeah, so
it's too much. It's way too much for me.
She made that comment about profiting. I'll be honest with you. My personal opinion, I'm going to say it one more time. My personal opinion.
All right, Kareem, boom.
My personal opinion is that she scammed.
And she did because of all the lying. It's just constant lying. And now it's, oh, I was scammed. But then the next day it's, no, I talked to the uncle. She contradicts herself.
Well, why didn't she mention this uncle months ago?
I've never heard of an uncle. She has never, ever mentioned an uncle to me, I don't believe.
She didn't mention an uncle this whole entire time.
This story, just see, she keeps changing her story. That's what liars do.
Exactly, because I'll be honest with you, they were running scared. They had no idea what we were going to talk about. None. They're the ones hanging their own necks.
Well, she's hanging her own neck because this would have been dropped so long ago if she would have just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. That's all she had to do. Shut up and leave everything alone. Okay,
yeah, it's just
good night, yeah, these comments in there, she's a snake, poisonous. You know, that's why I think she refused to pay back Palmer. Like I said, with the gift card, the one who bought the gift card can find out who used it. I don't think she realizes it, but Fran does it to me all the time. She'll ask me what I got because it's her gift card. She gets them, and like the last time, I just bought a phone for the house.
I don't understand how you do a donation for somebody and you have all the money go to your own personal bank account.
Yeah, I've been like, we're gonna have a trustee, put it in that trustee's hand, and
right,
and then give it. I mean, I don't understand, because I know that if it was me, well, y'all know I'm not afraid to take my laptop to the hospital, But if somebody, but I'm if I passed away, people are going to know it, because Fran will literally call Lisa and other people, whoever's on my phone. She'll call them and say, something happened to Les. She's not with us anymore, and this and that. So, I mean, that's going to be one of those things, just to let people know. Yeah, there was nothing. Maybe there was something like that. I know there was one lady who knew paracord for real in real life, and she hates Bunny. She hates Bunny, and can't remember what her name is. And she said so. Because she never believed Bunny.
See, I missed all that.
Do what
I
now?
really was on.
There was a lady, can't remember the name, but she knew paracord in real life. In real life, and she hated Bunny because she never believed Bunny, and people told her just stop using Paracord's name and shit. And she hated Bunny for what she was doing. And so, and I'm saying that because that really happened, and now we can't find the lady, and can't even remember the name now. So,
wow.
Yeah. Paracord was real. There really was a paracord.
Uh-huh.
I was answering.
I always thought there was. But then for a second there, I was like, well, wait a minute. Maybe there isn't.
So why wouldn't paracord... if she hates Bunny.
It wasn't
Time out.
paracord. It was a lady that knew paracord in real life,
Mhm.
and she went off on Bun Bun, hated her guts, and only said it that one time and left.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So she just basically took someone else's name and named her character this because if anyone thought back to old Amy videos, there was a paracord or something. So
Yeah.
she was trying to mix truth with her lie.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Okay. What a fucking weirdo.
And
Damn.
that's why I kind of always believed it, because the first time I ever heard of paracord, Amy Slayton brought her up. So I didn't think it was a whole, like, people were trying to say paracord was never existed and she never died. But I was like, well, wait a minute. I heard Amy Slayton talk about her.
Yeah, because Amy Slayton brought up paracord because there was a paracord bracelet, is what I believe you're talking about. But she may have brought up a paracord because I know for a fact there was a paracord. That's what she based it off of. That's why we were all like, okay. But then there was this Will Davis guy, and Will Davis supposedly was her son, and all of a sudden she was too sick to type, so her son was typing. Then her son told us about the sister, and now there's a sister, and now there's two foster kids living in their house. And when she dies, the two oldest are going to be responsible for the foster kids, which no, that would never happen. They would rehome the foster kids. Let's be real. And now there's an uncle. Like there's this
Exactly.
person, that person. You know what it reminds me of is when Beeps cunt was telling her bullshit, and there was every day there was someone new, like her sister or her cousin or her roommate. Like all these characters got added and would sit there and comment and shit. So she basically took one real character and made a story out of this person. So you're telling me that Paracord didn't like Bunny?
No, there was Paracord's friend in real life. After the real Paracord really did die, and
Mhm.
this lady knew her in real life. Knew her, was friends with her, knows the kids and everything. And she couldn't stand Bunny. She told Bunny off after this
Hold on. What was Paracord's real name? Because the
I
real name that Bunny gave us, and we ran it through for days. There was no one who died under that name
I
at all.
don't
There was a lady, I can't remember. Someone help me out. Wasn't it in like 2012 that died under that name in Tennessee or something? But under whatever, Emma Davis. Emma Davis was the name. There was no
I
one who died
I
in the
don't
time frame.
I don't know. I don't know. The lady never said, and she told Bunny to stop what she's doing. She couldn't
Oh,
stand.
XSN. No. No, that was never the case. I don't know
What?
where you're coming up with this shit, girl, but you need to go back and watch some videos.
Who?
XSN. She said,
Oh,
didn't Fun say Will Davis wasn't his real name? No. When did she fuck? Now we're going to get this shit started. No, she's never once said that. In fact, she said that his name was Will, the mom's name was Emma, and I cannot remember the daughter's name.
Libby.
Libby,
Libby?
yes. Good one, Amy. Yes. It
yeah,
was Libby.
yeah. The sister. Yeah.
Now, she did say she didn't give the little kids' names out to protect them, which I understand. And she never told me what their names were.
Yeah. I never know.
What, the two youngest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they were being highly protected. That's why none of them could get on cam.
But
Never
she did
once.
say
It was, yeah.
that she came to me and said, don't tell anybody. But the family just came to me and they're very scared because Palmer paid somebody to approach the kid at school but couldn't find him, found his friend and approached the kid and said, well, I need to find out if and blah blah blah, and the kid got scared and called the police, and so that's why
I mean, it's so
she
elaborate.
Dude, no, just no. We're not. I'm not even going to entertain that. That's fucking stupid. Anyone who knows Palmer knows Palmer is a very nice guy. He's got a lot of depression issues. He's very passive. I believe in Fat Nasty's words. He's a beta male. And that's a perfect target for her to make up these lies. He would never do such a thing. If y'all want me,
I didn't think so.
I'll do a play-by-play, a timeline of everything, because Palmer didn't do anything, and I'm going to say it right here and now. Palmer did nothing without me right there on the phone with him saying, well, I think you should do this, or I think you should do that. He told me every step he was doing the whole time. There was no false reports made. There was nothing like that. Like,
Yeah.
she's discrediting this guy, and that's not cool at all. Fuck her. Fuck her.
I didn't think he had it in him. I mean, I wasn't always the nicest to him after the live stream because I was mad, but I didn't think that Palmer, from all the videos I've seen, he's so docile. I didn't think he would do something like that to a child.
I want to see some proof of all this shit. Again, more false accusations made. Like, if anything, it gets me mad that they would pick on someone like Palmer. Let's be real, he's an easy target. And I don't like that. I don't get down with that. I know that he's a hell of a nice guy. And, I don't need to sit here and say all this. You all can learn for yourselves. I mean, fuck, go learn yourselves. But
Katie,
he wouldn't do that.
in the chat, the one of my mods found Paracor's friend and put the link. So.
Yeah, I didn't know until you told me just very recently that there was a lady who knew Paracord.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so look, I click on this video, right? And I'm watching it or whatever. I scroll down and he has a pinned comment on it that says, this video has nothing to do with the drama concerning Bunny, you know who, or her nonsense. This was something I did for the people who are asking what originally said and shared Paracord, since she has been such a hot topic. I have no idea why Bunny shared this. It has nothing to do with her. In fact, I have informed that Paracord may have been her. I have no... Okay, it has nothing to do with her. In fact, I have been informed that Paracord may have been her. I have no idea. Oh, damn. Why in the fuck has no one ever showed me this?
I just found out about it recently. Within
yeah, I just found out about it, last week?
Yeah, you found out when I found out.
Wild.
It is.
I don't think we'll ever know.
Lindy G, the CIA train is coming.
Yeah, you better run, Katie.
Yeah, I'm fucking running. I'm shaking in my boots over here. Just found it last week. Wow.
Yeah, he's on his way.
Just more fucking proof that this fucking woman's nuts. Wow. Just wow. What can you say? I mean, how do you react to this?
It's the whole entire thing. It's, it's the Mr. B, it's the pug, it's Bun Bun, and it's the people that also those around him that are believing this Mr. B, whatever he says is gospel, and I'm like, what the hell?
Like with me, I just let it go, dude. Just let it go.
reached
so
out
tired of seeing it.
many times. Many times people have reached out to her. Fuck, I've contacted the Les and said, hey, get her in a live stream so we can squash this because I'm tired of talking about it. It's boring. She's cramping my style. I want her to quit using my name and her fucking shit and talking about me all the time because her little cartoon, it's embarrassing. Like, go away. I don't want to be aligned with you.
Katie asked me 3 times.
And she declined every time. You know why? And isn't it funny, Les, that she went on Takedown Man's chat immediately but couldn't do it on her own friends?
Yeah.
She claims I wanted neutral ground. Well, about neutral ground is your friend. In fact, you're getting, you got the upper hand in this situation.
And I told her to do it. I mean, all you have to do is, if you just leave. All you have to do is hit the end button if you don't want to do it anymore. And she's like, no. And I'm like, do you want me to be with you? I'll go. No. She wouldn't do it. Now all of a sudden she wants to do it. And it's like, what, 7 months later?
I think she thought in her head, like, Takedown Man was going to destroy me and shit. And when it didn't work, when it flopped, I think she's feeling like an ass now. Or I would be. I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah. And and like I said, I'm really not doing this maliciously. I'm really not. I want it to stop before they do this to other people, and before it grows, and before all this made up shit. I mean, come on. I even said at one point, I said, pretty soon they're going to come after me for being a drug kingpin. Really?
They already started within days of them. I was on drugs. It didn't take 48 hours before all of a sudden I'm a heroin addict.
As soon as you're not their friend, they start plotting.
She just said,
and I never said a bad word to her. I just didn't want to talk about it anymore. And then the next day I was blocked, and then I was unblocked just so I could see what she was saying about me. And I'm like, damn, when did it take a bad turn? I didn't even know we hated each other till I found out on Twitter.
It's funny how now all the trolls, and now they disappeared, says Bam. That's true.
Yeah, weak-minded bitches. I mean, these are what they're saying in the chat. Grow up, people. Anna says this shit has dragged on for way too long. I was labeled a heroin and coke addict as soon as walked away, says Bam Bam. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Before this shit gets out of hand with other people, before 52 people are dragged in, and next thing you know, all of YouTube is going to be under investigation if they keep going.
YouTube itself is going to be under investigation.
Yeah, so Liz, can you please make Becca see? Where is she? I told her next time she comes in, where is she?
Who?
Rebecca C. I told her I was going to make her a mod. Where is she? Is she in there? I haven't seen her, so.
But I think this federal judge needs to, I don't know, shit or get off the pot, dude. Like, if you're going to come for him and come for me.
Has been behind the Blackbird Suite profile. I don't know who was behind that laser. I really don't know.
Which one?
The Blackbird Suite profile. But this person commented on mine, and so did Bluebird. Rebecca C. talks sexy. Yeah, Rebecca C., you have to say something for me to make you mod. James says, we aren't the ones coming and stealing, lying, taking pics of the dead, making dumb videos no one watches, trolling and stealing pics of kids. Oh, much more adult.
Oh, yeah. She ain't going to miss this for the world.
Yeah. What were the names of Bun Bun's troll accounts? Hell, I don't remember right now. Bluebird isn't them. Blackbird isn't them.
Angry Cavity, Jolly Toothbrush, Ron's Welfare Check, YouTube Police, something about the YouTube FBI, Stripper and Ho Pimp Daddy, Amy's Ninja. That was when me and Mr. D were still talking, and he made an account calling himself my ninja.
I said she's Rocky too.
Oh, I actually can. Well, if she is Rocky, then Mr. B is unaware. Back in the chat when I was going back, he did ask, "Who is this Rocky person?" Even he said exactly what we said. Just appeared and knew everything about everything, and Vaughn was like, "I don't know."
Jolly Toothbrush is the pug.
Yeah, that was well. They all have. They each have passwords too, so they can use them at any time.
Some of them they share.
Oh, I got a funny
they share. A lot of them they share.
I caught a troll one day. I had posted a video, and if y'all remember Make America Great Again,
Yeah.
this is funny. So there was this YouTuber, and his name was Toby Fullerton, and I think he's still around. Whatever, he's a weirdo too, I guess. Well, I know he had wrote a comment, right, and then next thing I know, this Make America Great wrote a comment. Well, the problem is he got him switched up, because if anyone knows Toby, he writes in riddles. Well, Make America Great Again wrote normal. So he had flip-flopped his comments and put a comment that Toby would typically write under his name under Make America Great Again, and vice versa. So I screenshotted it and I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So all I had to say to him in one live stream, I was like, oh, there he is, Toby, making America great again. And that motherfucker disappeared like magic. I screenshotted it. See, sometimes they fuck up and you can catch them like that. And
yeah. I can't really. I can't really say who Rocky is.
I suspect.
Sterling Vance says, rule number 1, never mix up your troll accounts. Oh, geez.
Well, they don't, because they have a lot of time on their hands. A lot of time.
It's unbelievable. I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
I'm trying to think of anything else I'm leaving out.
I'm trying to, but hell, I'm high. What the fuck?
But this guy, Mr. B, he was like, how we fell out was, I won't go through the whole story because it's boring, but he was telling me one day he was visiting Philly and can we have dinner or lunch? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, because I had talked to this guy for like 2 years, I think it was like 2 years. And so he's
right
in Philly and he's writing me like, the Secret Service just picked me up from the airport. And I'm like, what? You're the EPA. Why would the Secret Service be picking you up? But all right, whatever. I'm going to a meeting, and at like 11:30 at night, he's like, all right, I'm done my meeting. You want to do this now? And I'm like, no. 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 I'm like, dude, I'm going to bed. And the next day he was all upset, like, you should have stayed up. Because I'm like, I got to work in the morning. I'm going to bed. And he was like, if it was me, I would have stayed up to be with you. And I'm like, well, no. And then the next day, like, I'm on my way to work, and he sends me this screenshot of me having a conversation with one of my subs, who's been my sub since like almost day one. And we're joking around, and he's like, is this serious? Like, are you with this guy? And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And I'm like, look, and then that's how we fell out. Well, the guy goes to my work and takes a picture of it, and he's sitting outside my work, and he's like, I'm going to send people to your work, and they're going to tell you about me. And I'm like, all right, you need to never contact me again.
The
And
CIA
my
agent
friend,
did this to you?
hmm?
The CIA agent did this to you? I'm shook.
Yeah, he said he had the Secret Service drive him to my work. They're sitting outside. Supposed to be in, he's supposed to be in a meeting with Donald Trump, but yet he's texting me
No.
the whole time. And then,
No, he said
um,
that.
yeah. And then I wrote to Bun, like, I'm really freaked out. I'm catching him in lies. He wants to meet me at midnight. She's like, well, you need to go have coffee with him in the least. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. And she went and screenshotted everything and sent it to him. So I'm like, that's a bitch move, man.
Do you have screenshots of him saying all that to you?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The Secret Service picked him up. He's going to a meeting with Trump, or he
It's
calls him an
funny.
orange guy.
Trump wasn't even in Philadelphia. Wasn't even in Pennsylvania that day.
I think he's from West Virginia, but he's got ties to Gosport, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Who, Mr. B?
Oh
Yeah.
hell! If you hear him talk, he's getting ready to buy an island.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And he's buying an island, a private island. And where would I like the private island to be? I mean, you have that kind of money and you're spending all this time chasing a stripper from Philly.
Well, one time he had wrote a comment. Detroit and I go to Gosport to go fishing because there's a good lake there. Anyways, he had wrote a comment about you got me here. My dad's from Gosport or whatever, and I was like, cool, whatever. And he ended up deleting it. And I was told because he was made to, which whatever. But I don't know, from just what I've gathered from his thing, he's from West Virginia, is what it looks like. So what in the fuck? He had to travel to Philly to harass you? The CIA agent who was supposed to be with Trump in a meeting? That's just, wow, here's another whopper. And I'm glad you have receipts on that one because all
Mm-hmm.
that's good shit right there.
And yeah, then he was like, I'll send people there to tell you just how out of line you are with me. Who the fuck you gonna send after me, dude? I would love. I was so pissed. And then he said, damn it, I lost my train of thought.
What I think is funny is how he has all this money when his last wife cleaned him out.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Oh, so okay, so for Super Bowl, he was sending me pictures saying he was at Super Bowl. I guess not last year, the year before. And, my boyfriend absolutely loves the Patriots. So I'm like, oh, can you get me stuff? Like, I'll send you a check. I'll send you the money for it. But like, he would flip if I could get him something from the Super Bowl because he couldn't go. Now he's telling me he's best friends with all these NFL players, and they send him every year to the Super Bowl wherever he wants to go. Now, okay. So I'm like, just get a shirt, like extra large or whatever, and like a program or whatever things you can find. It doesn't matter. I'll send you a check. I'll pay for it. So he's like, okay. So he's like, what's your address? So I sent him my work address. Now he's like, what's your home address? I'm like, no, I'll send it to my work. I wouldn't give him my home address. And goes by, and I'm like, hey, I just want you to know I didn't get the box. And oh no, like a couple days later, I'm like, how much was all this stuff? I want to send you a check. He's like, don't worry about it. It's on me. And I'm like, all right. And then he never sent the box. So he's like, oh, let me check with my secretary. My secretary sent it, and I'll get the tracking number. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I still haven't gotten the box. Never said nothing about it. He never sent a box. He was just trying to get my address. Never went to the Super Bowl. Well, maybe he did.
Hello? Did I get cut
Mhm.
off? Oh, okay.
I can't see the chat, so I have no idea what anybody's saying.
Oh, okay. Well, they're just asking. making comments and about Dimitri and shit like that and blah blah blah.
I hope for this guy's sake, he's telling the truth about he's a CIA agent and he really thinks we're in a drug ring and like there's gonna be the feds are gonna fucking kick in my door and shit. He better be telling the truth. That's all I gotta say.
Well,
No,
what?
he's an Environmental Protection Agency agent.
Well, what guy who's involved in all this shit just tells somebody on the internet details of a federal case? That's like suicide for your career right there.
Well, what CIA agent's going to sit there and tell a group of people they're CIA? They would have their cover blown. There is no one in the right mind who's going to sit there and tell a bunch of strangers they're CIA if they really are.
Well, this is the guy who can break a shotgun over his knee and hold somebody with one hand.
But he runs out of breath eating potato chips.
He dodged bullets from a shotgun, everybody.
How can you? They're pellets. Shotgun shells are full of pellets, y'all. That's why they spread.
How do you dodge all those bullets? Because they go out as you...
Yeah, so, and that's why shotgun is great for up close. It sucks for distance because they pellets.
They have slugs.
He had to say that they have slugs. I don't know what that means. What is that supposed to mean?
Just one bullet, one big bullet.
One big bullet, he said.
One big bullet that shoots out a ton of, it depends on what gauge it is. Some shoot out 20 or 10 little tiny bullets and it sprays.
Yeah, they're metal pellets and shotgun shells are filled with pellets.
So in order for you to dodge a shotgun
that's why it's
bullet, you have to dodge like 20 of them.
Yeah, he said for one slug.
They have deer slugs that come out of shotguns too.
Deer slugs come out of shotguns, he said.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He said you're an idiot.
I know what I'm talking about.
No. Mr. B's an idiot.
Oh, he was like, he just gave me the dirtiest look. He's like, I know what I'm talking about.
No, Mr. B, for thinking that I hadn't shot shotguns very often in my career.
I don't like them because they got a lot of power and they can hurt my shoulder.
Yeah, I
Bam.
didn't like it either.
Can you see Jason's face saying, I know what I'm talking about? That was like the best face ever. I'm sorry.
Like, who is this bitch?
Huh?
He's probably like, who is this bitch telling me I don't know what I'm talking about?
He just looked all like so cavalier and looked at me with like this disgust look. I know what I'm talking about. You fuck. I'm sorry. If you knew what his face looked like, he's just his expressions are priceless, pretty much.
Yeah, I just don't expect anybody to use deer slugs in a shotgun when they're in the middle of a police raid and shit like that.
Yeah, right. Hold on 1 second. Ow.
Is Jason Katie's boo? We're all Katie's boo.
Yes, I have no boo. I roll solo. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody's my boo.
You go on, boo boo. Yeah, so I hope people are on the lookout now and watching and realizing what is going on, what they're doing, how they operate, and that's what we wanted out.
Never thought I'd say these words. I mean, I feel bad for everybody involved that they had to be like lied about like this. But I actually feel really bad for Ron because I feel like he, not only was he like this drug kingpin, but he's addicted to pills and just so much. And I don't like the guy, but I'm like, damn, couldn't have said any more about this guy.
Right. They're just out to get it. Look, hold on. Jason, can you break a shotgun in half over your knee? Jason.
Not unless they can bend a metal rod. I mean,
Racing, sorry.
Can you break? He was resting. He said as he's playing a game.
Racing.
Oh, racing. Can you break a shotgun over your knee?
No.
You
no.
can't. How dare you?
Oh.
There is
It's
someone on the internet
it's
that can.
metal rod.
Well, Mr. B can.
Yeah.
Well, wait, he was holding another guy with one hand as he's beating his head against the car.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They're not using their heads.
You can't break a shotgun over your knee.
I
No.
know. He said you can't break a shotgun over your knee. He ain't impressed with our shenanigans. He's like, whatever. He ain't got time for this.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They're not using. After I told them I have been raised around guns, shoot them. I have my own. I've got rifles and a shotgun here. I've got pistols everywhere.
You know what my
Ammunition.
response was? My response was, "Oh, hope you're okay." That was all I said. "Oh, hope you're okay."
Yeah, so you know.
He blew out his knee. Fucking, he got kneecapped with the shotgun.
Well, the
There
guy,
was no.
the guy is retirement age. I
He's
mean,
very,
he's not
yeah,
going to
he's
do it.
old. He's in his, I think he's in his 60s.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I can't with these stories. I just can't. Enough is
Yeah.
enough. We've been almost at it for 3 hours. Like, I can't believe that there would be anything else to this story at this point.
Is there
Yeah, he's
anybody
an old.
left listening to us?
Oh, there's like 107 people.
What?
Yeah. I mean,
What? Oh my
yeah.
God, I probably,
There was more.
damn, I didn't know.
Well, I mean, it is getting late, but still, there's 109 now. Um, you got to figure it's only midnight on the West Coast. So,
I can imagine how many people are like, fuck Amy May, fuckers.
no,
Lying bitch. Lying
no,
bitch.
no, they're not. If they were, I would say something.
Well, no, because there's only probably about 20 people that are actually talking, and then the rest are.
Well, that's fine.
My,
And I'm sure that they're watching. Cheryl Barrel, I'm listening with my something. Um, I'm listening with my breakfast in England. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to figure. Yeah. So they're all here. I know they're all. It keeps getting better. But yeah, hey, Scotty. Hello. Good morning, sweet Les. Good morning, everyone. So yeah, I've seen Mr. B. I know what he looks like. He was on a private hangout with me a few times. The guy's full of crap.
well, he advertised this live stream on Twitter that said the truth about Amy May. And he advertised it to ask people, and he took a vote of what time everybody wanted and basically bash Amy May. And there was 11 people in there, and 4 of them were there for me.
You have 4 more trolls.
So it was basically just like 3 or 4, maybe 5 people just constant, like, oh, she's so ugly and this and that, and she's a horrible person, and I feel so terrible for her kids, and I feel sorry for my children. I can tell everybody right now, nobody feels sorry for my kids. My kids are fine.
Oh,
And they're great kids. And they have nothing to do with this.
no. No. Yeah. Jesse, I think he's around 60.
Yeah, he's early 60s, I want to say.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is this is all completely far fetched. I think everyone's got that assumption. It's just crazy. I'm glad there's receipts. I'm glad that y'all told me this, and I appreciate it. But I am getting tired.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I hope people and it's true. I mean,
I think this is what I wanted to. This is why I want to do it. From this point forward, I hope she just goes away because nobody entertains her and nobody believes shit that comes out of her mouth.
Yeah. Hey, Rachel. Yeah, so I'm going to get ready to end this anyway. Everybody's tired. This is a lot to wrap your head around. We just wanted to stop her, let y'all know what was going on. We're wanting to stop all of them. Enough is enough. Enough.
I probably won't ever be commenting about her or him ever again. I'm going on about my life, and that's it.
Yeah. So,
More on my time.
Yep.
Rachel comes in at the very end. It's like, hey. Oh, she's been here.
So honestly, I really am going to end it. I hope everybody has a great night, and I know it's a lot to wrap your head around, but we wanted to let you know how they operate, and how they really, and they'll probably go like gangbusters tomorrow or maybe tonight. Who knows? And they really will. But we're letting you know now. They've been making stuff up before we did this because they didn't know what this was going to be about. And then they're going to continue, but we're going to stop their credibility, what little they had right now.
I don't think they have any at this point. None.
Yeah.
Not with that shit.
Someone asked Tammy asked, what does clock at the house mean? It's clock at the house. Like, it means, like, it's for sure. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to go watch Rich Lux's video. He did a video explaining what it means. I think there's a video. What does clock at the house mean? It just means, like, I don't know. Like, yes. Like, exactly. Check it. It's true. It's good.
I think back in the day we used to say Yahtzee.
Oh my God.
Yahtzee.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the same thing. I don't know. I can't keep up with you kids anymore.
Can you link his profile, somebody? Like Lisa?
Yeah, Rachel, yeah, this is being left up. Yeah, this is being left up.
There it is.
There it is. I'm blocked, so
I can't see his Twitter.
Yeah, he deleted all his uploads.
His videos?
Yeah, he has one up.
He doesn't keep
just
the piano one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't keep his live streams up at all.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. But I'm going to go ahead and end this. Everybody, thank you for coming. Now you're aware. So,
thank you, everyone.
Hope everybody has a good night.
See you later. Thanks for sharing this, y'all. Thank you very much.